1948, the Sacramento Symphony was founded. Harry Truman was president. Jerry Mathers from Leave It to Beaver was born. And Walter Keyes opened his first Naturewood home furnishing store 76 years ago on 25th and Broadway. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with Golf to Go. All those many years ago, the Keyes family promised integrity and quality in serving families just like yours and mine. Near as I can tell, Walter would have been pretty proud to know that those same values are evident today at Naturewood Home Furnishings. The Naturewood team takes great pride and significant effort to offer Northern California families a vast selection of home furnishings. Furnishings that not only last for generations, but also lead to everlasting memories of cherished times. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings now during their Veterans Day Save the Tax sale and get started making your own brand of memories. The Keyes family would love to hear them. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
When it's all on the line, you need a big-time closer. That's especially true when it comes to your garage door. That's why I proudly recommend National Garage Door. Whitey Gleason here for National Garage Door. And whether you're looking to repair an existing door or get a brand new one installed, you need National Garage Door. Family-owned and operated. They've been around since 1974 because service is their number one priority. National Garage Door are the region's BSE broken spring experts, and the styles, prices, and quality of the new doors will amaze you. I know they amazed me. Our garage door was starting to sound kind of like a box of scrap metal tumbling down the stairs. So Kevin from National Garage Door came out. He said patching up the old one was an option, but we're going with a new garage door, and we're as excited about that as you can be about a new garage door. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer-branded garage doors. They offer sales, service, and installation on all residential and commercial doors and operators. If you have garage door needs, old ones coming apart, or you're looking to improve your curb appeal, let National Garage Door come through for you in the clutch and be your closer. 338-4554 National Garage Door.
Carmichael Dave with a simple question. What are you thankful for this year? So many things to consider, but one thing we can all agree on is a well-running vehicle to get you where you need to go each and every day. Jiffy Lube would like to say thank you to all their customers this November. Whether a weekend road trip to Lake Tahoe or your daily commute to work, Jiffy Lube has you covered. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1984. Visit jiffylube.com today to find a location near you, generous oil change coupons, and more. Happy Thanksgiving and holiday driving from Jiffy Lube.
Time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports, 1140.
Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sactown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
Oh, what a happy day to be a Kings fan. It's Whitey and Jade today. Drapes is actually, Jade knows a little bit more about this than I do. Drapes is actually hosting an event at Crocker Art Museum tonight. It's Kings related.
The Crocker Art, my man.
Wow.
Yeah, the Crocker Art. I would invite you down again, but I already know what you're going to tell me.
I have no invitation. I have no way of getting
What do you mean?
in.
I have no invite. You are the legendary Kevin Whitey Gleason.
This is an
Vallejo's
official
own.
event. I know Jerry Reynolds is supposed to be there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Kyle Draper is supposed to be interviewing Jerry tonight.
Yes. Or like an hour or something crazy.
And I should know this, and I apologize for talking about this without knowing. Can anybody go? Is it open to the public?
It is. Yes,
Okay,
you can buy tickets. But
there you go.
again, you are Kevin the legend.
Mhm.
So, and let me tell you, this is what I tell my wife.
They told me if I take tickets for an hour and a half, I can stay for 20 minutes.
No, they didn't tell you that because you just said no one even told you. So I know now you're telling some other stories. You're
If I'm
fibbing.
willing to serve
Yes.
beverages and sandwiches, I can spend 10 minutes inside.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like I tell my wife. Anywhere I go is an open invitation
I
for you to
appreciate
go,
that. I appreciate
and I mean
that.
that,
That's
right?
very nice. of you
And
to
so
say.
I told my wife that in the beginning. Now, of course, she's my wife, but there were times where I was hosting red carpets and doing stuff in LA and all that. And she's like, "Hey, can I go anywhere I go?"
Yeah,
more than
that's
open
nice.
invitation, right?
Yes,
so it's the same thing for you.
Yeah.
And in reality, you don't even need an invitation. Again, you're the legend. People are looking for you to
thanks.
attend these places.
Yeah, that's why I told Jay, I'd like to go. And he said, sorry, my wife's going.
She's not
I told
actually.
her she could go. Sorry.
And even if so, then guess what? There'd be a J plus 2 or 3 if Mrs. Gleason wants to come.
I love that place. And
You were telling me that.
Yeah, it's a fun place. So that's going to be quite an event.
I hadn't been there in
That's
a
nice.
handful of years. And when I say that, I'm talking probably like 4 handfuls or something like that.
Yeah,
You know, since high school or something.
Have you been to the new one? Because, they have the new wing.
I have not.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't have all the charm of the old one, but obviously they needed more space. So
yes. Well, that's a good thing.
It's all part of it too. So,
yeah. When's the last time you've attended the Crocker Art Museum?
Probably about
years?
13 years ago, something like that.
All right.
Yeah.
So you've been there.
I remember that because I think one year I went on my birthday. So that's what we did on my birthday. So yeah. But it's been a while.
Shouts out to that. Who came up with that idea? You remember?
I might have asked, hey, well, let's do this.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Nice little field trip.
Yeah.
Outing. Day outing.
On birthdays, you make your wish when you blow out the candles, of course. Jay, I can't complain today because my wish list yesterday for the Kings, they all came true.
They did. You were pretty close to being spot on big time.
Yeah.
I mean, and let me say this. There's a lot of things going on, but last night was one of those days where you could just put your feet up and relax. And today there's no pressure. It's like, that was a great win. It was so great and it was so good. No pressure, nothing, you didn't have to, no white knuckle time for the Kings.
Well, the third quarter got a little dicey.
Did it? Did it really?
They fell behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But you're right overall.
Or were you panicking or were you like, we got another quarter?
Just a little like.
And then they blew it. They stepped on the gas at the end of the third quarter too.
Yes, they did. But my 3 wishes, one was I wanted to see them force a timeout, force Mike Budenholzer to call an early timeout by going on a run, which they did. Secondly, I was hoping they'd have, I think I said 26 assists. Again, these aren't predictions. It's just like, I wish this would happen.
Wish list, that's right.
And they had how many last night? 38. And then I wanted them to, make
22 of 40. Would you say 22 of 40?
Yeah. Drape said, wow. Well, they didn't do that, but that would have been 55%. And they did make
15
out of 28. 54%. So I can't complain.
You're right there.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know what? It's why, again, you're legendary. We get to the point to where if you're asking for certain things and they're giving you things, and I know this doesn't happen all the time in all aspects of your life, because if we had Mrs. Gleason on the show, I'm pretty sure she'd say different. But I say that in the form of if you're asking and they're returning some of these things, we need you to start asking for a little more here, Whitey.
Right. So we'll spend a lot of today, of course, talking about last night. Jason Anderson from the Bee is going to join us about 4:00. And we also have to look ahead to tomorrow when Drapes and I'll be with you from the arena as we get ready for the Kings' first game this year in the in-season tournament. And Jay was the first to alert me to this. I heard something with Alan on today, and I didn't know what he was talking about. Tomorrow night, I guess we get the new uniforms, which we've kind of seen previewed on the internet, but also the new mascot, Royale. What do you think, Jay? Royale, baby.
Because we're the home of the Kings, I'm going to refrain from what I really, really want to say. No, we never do that here on the Drive, guys. I'm not a fan of it. Doesn't really pique my interest. And I get it. They're paying homage, paying respect to the Cincinnati Royals.
How do you pay homage to the Cincinnati Royals and not have Jerry Lucas there? I'm sorry.
No. You don't need to apologize for good reasoning. Let me tell you that. I love and we talked about this before. I'm a classic edition fan. I really like them bringing back the purples. The commercial that's blowing up with Coach Doug Christie, Mike Bibby. Though I really like those.
You said you were there that day?
No, I got invited. I didn't go. Okay. Remember, I wind up doing a show with you guys. But
okay.
No. But the other part of that is I really like the blue, the royal blue, and red color combination. I'm a huge fan. For me, that's my favorite color combination of the Kings. I just wasn't that big of a fan of these, remember, because I was like, they were boring. They didn't really have nothing to them. And now you're dropping out a brand new mascot. And I'll let you do the description.
Well,
I'll let you say how you see it. But
I don't know if I'll tell you where it comes from. I did a little digging. Maybe you know this, but way back when the Cincinnati Reds, have you ever seen their mascot? It's like a guy with a baseball head
I have.
And a mustache.
Yes.
So the guy who designed that was a cartoonist at the Cincinnati newspaper. And he also designed this for the Cincinnati Royals. So it's the face on a basketball with the crown. But that one, the original one in 1950, whatever, was kind of a cheerful, kind of a goofy.
Yeah, this guy is like Halloween.
This guy is scary. You don't mess with Royale.
Nah, I mean, he's got a frown. What they say, turn that frown upside down. He's got a frown. He's
It's
got a
the
little bit of,
eyebrows, Jay.
yeah.
It's those eyebrows.
I'm trying to find the one where it had the full body. I'm looking for that picture real quick. Do you have a picture? Is it the full body or is it just the face that you're looking at?
I just copied it up.
Oh,
But
okay.
it is the full body.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
And he's got the whole, looks like they're supposed to be kind of Chuck Taylors or something, but yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, they're supposed to be.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
They would have to
They're
pay
goofy
Chucky
mascots.
T or
Yeah.
Nike, who owns Chuck Taylor.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it real quick. Who did I see? Maybe I
Also,
should just go
that his
Sacramento.
hair, from what I understand, we were talking about this earlier, the hair on top of his head, it's in the shape of California, and the crown, at least the logo version, maybe it's a little different with the actual mascot. It's got the skyline of Sacramento in it. So if you look at the guy's face on the shorts, like on the thigh,
Yep.
that's the state of California, I believe.
Is
and
it?
then the crown has the Sacramento skyline. Yeah. There's some nice little touches
Tidbits.
there, updating the old Cincinnati Royals logo.
That thing looked like a unripened peach. It's just cantaloupe. We talking? No, that's what it looks like. It looks like a cantaloupe.
Really
head.
does. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, that's
An
cantaloupe.
evil cantaloupe.
That's not it right there. I mean, he does kind of have on some little mock Chuck T's.
That's what it looks like, huh?
Yeah, it does. Kind of look like those baby shoes you teach a baby how to walk in with the first hard bottoms, not the soft. Yeah, that's what they look like.
Amadrox says the eyebrow smirk looks like Roy Al has a chip on his shoulder.
It does.
And I'm sure that's the idea.
Kind of looks like a like Gaston from Beauty and the Beast or something.
It does.
Yeah,
Even a little bit like to infinity and
Yeah.
beyond.
True.
A little bit.
True that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. The whole get up is cool. I guess it's just the head that I got a problem with. The face, the facial features. Not feeling it.
Yeah. It'll be fun though, and we'll get to see the court tomorrow. Not that we don't already know what it looks like.
True.
In-season tournament starting tomorrow. Will DeMar DeRozan be playing tomorrow? We don't know, Jay. Probably not, based on what we know. I also did some looking into his medical past. I think only one time in his career. He plays a lot of games since he was drafted. He rarely misses games, something like 44 games in his career. And I think 5 years ago, he had a little lower back tightness, and I think he missed 2 games. So he doesn't really have a history of it. The little bit of history he has is not anything to worry about. So fingers crossed that he'll be back. Maybe tomorrow. I would think more than likely, he'll be off tomorrow night.
Think
That's
so?
a problem.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this: when you got AE coming into town, it's definitely a problem.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have to keep up, and then if that's the case, then we're gonna need some ball playing out of De'Aaron Fox, Keegan, and Domantas Sabonis. And I'm not saying you can't get it, but
who's going to guard Julius Randle now?
Yeah,
I
good
know
luck.
we're talking about last night.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be, this is great, but you spin it ahead a little bit.
Sure.
That's the nature of the game. There's always something to be concerned about.
Yeah, according to I looked at, and I would say one of our guys, and I probably should make sure that I saw Sean Cunningham of Fox 40, and let me see if Frankie or Brendan talked about it, but I know he did not participate in practice today. That would be DeMar DeRozan, right?
Frankie didn't either, by the way.
Yeah, well, doesn't look like it because he didn't post. So
Right.
I'll give Sean Cunningham the love. And if Brendan did, then I apologize to Brendan Nunez, our Sac Kings insider here at Sac Sports 1140. But we know DeMar didn't practice, again, citing back tightness. I'm hoping it doesn't turn into anything that lingers.
Right.
And this, being older than all me and DeMar DeRozan, sometimes. Yeah.
And Draper.
Goodbye. Sometimes.
Whitey, I just thank you for being, so old.
Sometimes it's just one of those things where, it's a day-to-day thing.
It is.
And that's what I'm hoping it is.
Yeah. Yes. Let's hope so.
Nothing major.
Previously he had some back issues. They blew over quickly. So fingers crossed.
Right.
The Kings look like the Kings are supposed to look, and they found the best of both 3-point worlds. We're back with that. It's Jay and Whitey today. Drive, guys. Sactown Sports.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Holidays at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Basking in the afterglow of the Kings win last night and looking ahead to tomorrow night, we all have mascot fever with the Kings unveiling Royale today. And the Chateau is full of conversation about Royale. Speaking of mascots, Jay, have you ever heard this story? I read a book about Disneyland once. You know, you have the people that go out dressed as whatever character.
Who's your favorite Disney character? Do you have one?
Probably somebody from Jungle Book, but I'm not sure.
Ooh,
Bagheera.
I like where you're
Bagheera
going there.
the Panther, yeah.
That's pretty dope. I like that.
Yeah. And when I have to admit, when the first time I saw The Little Mermaid with my daughter, and at the end she goes, "Daddy, I love you," I might have, had a little allergies.
King Triton? Is that King Triton?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yes. But anyway, the people at Disneyland talk about this. They go out wearing the Mickey Mouse or whatever, and people go to the park and they stick pins in them.
I read something about that before.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
It's a cruel world out here in these streets, man.
It is. If you did that with Royale, I don't think you'd last long. He's not putting up with that.
Nah, Royale is a serious individual. Dude looks real serious. And I don't know. I would like to, and I would imagine the person who drew Royale, is he still with us?
I don't think so, because he was a
older
kind of
gentleman
older
at that
type
time.
Guy in the 50s, so yeah. I don't think so.
Got you. It'd be interesting to see. I'm pretty sure the Kings just went retro, right? They went all organic and brought back the absolute same Royale. Be interesting to kind of get, the mindset and maybe do some research, see why he came up with the scowl. Like Royale has a scowl.
Yeah. And like I say, the original guy was kind of like, "Hey, everybody, how are
Goofy.
you?"
Yeah, he's goofy.
Yeah. Peg Junk says, Sacramento's Crazy Crab? Ooh.
Okay.
What'd you think of Crazy Crab? Had a love-hate relationship with Giants fans.
With the San Francisco Giants fans. Yeah, they did. I think this one look a little more. Let me pull up Crazy Crab real quick, too.
Crazy Crab was originally designed to be the anti-mascot.
Yes.
Like the Giants are like, we're too cool to have a mascot because mascots are terrible. Like this guy. Did you ever hear the story about when Crazy Crab got beaten up to the point where the guy inside was actually physically injured?
No, who was smacking him?
Two guys from another team.
Another baseball team?
The team was the Padres, and it turns out one of the guys was Bruce Bochy.
Really?
Yes.
What they do? Catch him on the street? Catch him on the pier?
It's a weird thing. It's like, I know this is going all over the place. Tom Hanks' son did like a documentary on it or something.
What?
And they went back and they discovered it was Bruce Bochy that beat the bejeebies out of the guy in the Crazy Crab suit.
Come on, man.
I'm not making that up. So I could be wrong.
This was on Candlestick premises?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Parking lot?
Would be
they didn't catch him at Fisherman Wharf or nothing.
In like mid-'80s, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They used to play the music, Love That Crazy Crab, and he'd run out and people, boo!
Yeah,
I don't think this is going to be the same.
Nah. And Crazy Crab looks a little more festive compared to Royale.
Yeah.
Like Crazy Crab is just kind of one of them things, just didn't fit the Giants. It didn't like you said, there was kind of the antithesis.
Yeah, like the anti-mascot.
There you go. I can't say the word right now.
And people have been wondering also about Slamson. I don't think Slamson's going anywhere. I'm sure they're going to be best buddies.
Oh, no. Well, that's the question is, does Slamson make an appearance the same night as Royale?
I hope so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think if push came to shove, my money's on Slamson.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to take a lion over a ball. What is Royale?
That's a good point. He's like
what is he?
Would you say cantaloupe?
Yeah, he's cantaloupe.
He's just
nasty fruit.
Yeah, a man with a basketball head. I don't.
Well, they could have got a little more. They could have got a little more descriptive in the 50s.
You know what's going to happen if the team plays great tomorrow night? Everyone's going to love him. If the team does not play well, he's going to get blamed. It's going to be, it's that mascot.
Have you had the opportunity to look at anyone via social network and like what they're talking about when it comes to like the reactions to Royale?
I haven't. Like I said, you texted me something and I wasn't sure what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then it wasn't until just, I don't know, an hour ago or so that I first came to realize, that's what Jay's talking about. So no, I haven't seen, I've seen a smattering of, this is great. It's growing on me. And this guy scares me. Somebody said, I'm 46 and this guy terrifies me. So
the logo. So like I've seen the Kings release the, talk about the jersey, and all the Kings beat reporters and insiders. They've been releasing basically the same 3 pictures, of course, that the Kings probably released. And one of the pictures is Keegan Murray sitting on a bar stool, and he is turned to the left. So you're seeing his right side, which may be his good side, but they're showing the patch on the thigh of Royale's head. Yeah. And that looked like a turnip. That don't look like a turnip?
I guess so, a little bit.
With a face on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not it.
That's the one, if you look closely, that has Sacramento skyline in there.
What?
I believe. And his crown. And maybe.
It does. Yeah. Little I Street Bridge. Yeah. I see you working over there. Okay.
Yeah, because the original Cincinnati Royals guy, he had Cincinnati's skyline on there. So it's an update of that. Yeah.
Man, this thing looked like a Harlem Globetrotter knockoff.
Yeah, I think that's going to determine how he'll be received. How does the team play tomorrow night against the Minnesota Timberwolves without presumably DeMar DeRozan? But we'll worry about that tomorrow, right? How about last night, Jay? The Kings kind of looked like the Kings are supposed to look.
Balling.
Getting up and down the floor, making threes and putting pressure on the other team with their fast-paced offense.
Oh, yeah, they did what they're supposed to do. And it's one of those things where we've seen the Kings, and this is just from my conversation. I've been on record here this year saying I'm not bringing up last year's stuff because we're in a brand new year. So with that being said, I know people, always have an opportunity to compare last year and the year before and all those good things. But I'll say this. I thought this game for the Kings was the first time this season where you could see all the wheels kind of working.
Yeah.
And albeit it was against a shorthanded Phoenix Suns team, but they still had Devin Booker, still had Nurkic. They still have some guys. Okogie played well.
Josh Okogie went off.
So with that being said, the Kings came to the building, handled their business, knocked the Suns out, and now we're ready for the next game, which is Friday. And so I thought this was the first time I seen the Kings really exert themselves over opponent this year, and I'm here for it.
Yeah. By the way, thank you to Amadrock, who's been all over
this.
Shouts
out to Amadrock.
Yeah. Vallejo. Doesn't surprise me.
What part of Vallejo? You from the east side. What side? Has he Amadrock, where you from?
I think Amadrock has told me. I think he
Hill
shared
Craig,
that, and
where
I don't remember. Amadrock,
Hillside,
what part
where
of
you coming
Vallejo are you from? Anyway, he says, I zoomed in on the picture. The crown definitely looks like the front of the G1C.
What?
So the crown is the golden one center with then the skyline coming out of it, according to Amadrock.
Let me see.
Look at that.
Oh, yes, it is. The bottom part of it.
Yeah.
So right above the crown. Yes.
Yeah.
So you actually have the crown, and then within the crown, it says Sacramento Kings. And then above the crown, which makes up the top of the crown, you see the Sacramento skyline and you see the G1C. Shouts out to Amadrock.
Yes.
I see that.
And also
that
to the
doesn't change the
designer.
fact of the face, but yeah, the crown better than the face.
I love little logos that have all those little hidden,
Yeah, that's dope.
almost like Easter eggs and stuff.
Now,
like
see that alone, and I mean, you can't do it, but you know, I love hats. You know, I come in there with so many different hats. I don't even know what hat I got on today, but
Puma?
Okay, shouts out to them. That on a hat will be cold. I'll take that, especially in that royal blue, white, and red. Now that's doing something. Now the face, it is what it is, but I like the crown.
Yeah, Amadrock lives across from Solano Junior High, so near the crest.
The crest.
Yes.
Oh, he's a crest side creeper.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Triple C, CCC.
Yeah.
That's what's up, Amadrock.
Brandon says, unfortunately, Roy Al needs a bag over his face. We have to try to, at least extend some common courtesies to him. He's brand new. He just got here from Cincinnati. He doesn't know his way around town yet.
So we need to show him the Sacramento courtesy.
I think so.
Yeah, we better than that, Sac. You right. As the commissioner of Sacramento, you right. Let me slow down. Let me slow down. Now, I'm being quite negative here when it comes to. They said I love the colors. That is my favorite. I know a lot of people love the purple a lot, which is King's color. You hear a lot of people kind of waffle back and forth on the red that we've seen come through here a few times. I know very few people who like the gold. I don't know too many people who like the gold.
Right.
But the red, the royal blue and the red is my favorite colorway for the Kings. How about yourself?
Yeah, I appreciate that too. And we have in here, 6 seats that were actually from Arco 2, and they're blue because when the team was first playing there, they wore blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
blue.
the are you and I don't know the proper color, but the light blue and red that they dropped, maybe?
I never liked that.
No, you weren't feeling that one?
Yeah, and that you're right. When they first played here, they had that sky blue Carolina blue.
With a powder
I don't know.
blue, whatever.
Yeah, it never quite worked for me. It's just
that wasn't my
Smurfy.
feel either.
To me personally, it was too Smurfy.
Got you. So if you're ranking them, it's the royal blue red, or are you going purple or black, or where are you going?
I would go royal blue, me personally, and then I like when they wore with C-Web was there and they wore the black with little purple trimmings.
Oh yeah,
I like.
I'm
those.
with that.
Yeah,
that's because they meant business.
Yeah,
they put the black on. It was a funeral.
Yeah,
y'all were getting ready to lose.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm sure I've told this story before, but whenever we talk about those light blue uniforms, LaSalle Thompson told me once that the Kings had royal blue uniforms, and Rawlings, I think it was, they sent the new uniforms out in 1984, whatever, and they were light blue, and the Kings said, we don't want these. And Rawlings said, don't worry about it. You can keep them for free, and then we'll make new ones for you. And the King said, ooh, if they're free, we love them. But I don't think that's true, but I've been told that.
Well, I mean, have you heard it from more than one source?
Well, I heard it from someone else, but I think that person also heard it from LaSalle Thompson. So.
Well, guess what? Maybe we don't put him on the spot. Jerry Reynolds will be on tomorrow, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to be.
Maybe we ask Jerry. Maybe we shoot him a quick text before he comes on air and ask, how does it really work?
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe G-Man might have a little information to that.
Maybe so. I think it's probably a kind of a wives' tale, a legend that's not true.
Okay.
And I kind of like to leave it there rather than have someone
know
say,
the truth.
Yeah, because then I can't tell the story anymore once we find out.
Well, we had Luganville on last year?
Yes,
was it earlier this year or something?
Yeah.
See, we could. There
I'm
was
sure
an
he wouldn't have
opportunity.
admitted to that.
Maybe I think he might have.
Yeah. We just couldn't get him to talk. He just clammed up. When we come back, yes, the Kings found the best of both three-point worlds, and it looks like Wemby was only warming up against the Kings as we roll on. Short show today, but we're going to have fun. Thanks for being with us. Sactown Sports.
Build up to Black Friday with savings all month long at Lowe's. Get up to 50% off select major appliances, plus take an additional 10% off when you buy select major appliances. And don't wait to pick up holiday inflatables under $20. Don't wait to save in-store or online now because Lowe's knows deals. Valid 11/6 through 12/4. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. See Lowe's.com for details and qualifying items while supplies last.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now, during our Black Friday sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus special financing. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Insurance companies perform a very valuable service, but they want to keep their money. Although most cases settle before trial, it is paramount that the insurance companies know that if pressed, your legal team has the experience to take your case all the way. For 25 years, Ashton and Price has earned the reputation that if the insurance company isn't fair, we're ready to force them to be fair. My mom used to warn me, wait till dad gets home. Think of us as dad. The best part, there's no fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is the only store in the world to be named a top 100 shop for 40 years straight. Yes, the only golf shop in the world. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is your unsurpassed spot to find the hottest golf gear, best pricing, and elite expertise. Try any club on the shelf on the driving range for free and let our staff show you everything you need to look and play better. You love golf. The Hagen Oaks team loves golf too. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue, Business 80. Learn more at hagenoaks.com or 916-481-GOLF.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Jeep Adventure Days?
Get your hands on one of America's favorite SUVs with savings up to $16,500 off MSRP or get 0% financing for 72 months on all remaining new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xEs. You pick.
Ooh, and those new Grand Cherokees are really nice.
Yeah, they are. But remember, the savings isn't just on new Jeeps. We have over 200 quality used cars available and over 40 under $20,000 only at the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter in historic downtown Woodland.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$16,500 total net savings on select new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE after $4,750 dealer discount and $11,750 in factory and federal rebates. Rebates may include $500 first responder bonus cash for eligible first responders and $3,750 federal EV tax credit subject to change. 0% APR for 72 months option is available as a standalone offer and cannot be combined with other incentives. Must have 700 plus FICO score to qualify through SFS. $1,389 per thousand borrowed. 5 of this net savings. See dealer for details. Simple VIN 684-904.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit khdk.com.
And the Kings have another chance. Fox set the controls. Right wing feed Keon Ellis. He passed on the three-pointer. Gave it up to Keegan Murray. Swings it back to Fox. Shot clock at 10. Now to Keegan on the right wing. Fakes the three. To Fox. He'll shoot the three. He scores the three. De'Aaron Fox up to 29. Handling the scoring load here for Sacramento. Still got 9.5 minutes to play in this ball game. It's now 98-88.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
Yeah, the Kings just playing with the Suns down the stretch last night like a lion plays with its prey before devouring it. 127-104, 38 assists for the Kings, hit 15 of 28 threes. De'Aaron Fox with a big night, 29 points, 11 of 17, only took 2 3-pointers, made one of them.
Good thing.
Yeah. So, Jay, the Kings, in a way, they had the best of both worlds 3-point-wise. They didn't shoot as many as they have been shooting, although the attempts have been all over the place this year. But we know they'd like to shoot more. Only took 28, made 15 of them. So take fewer, make more. That's a winning combination.
Yeah, and it starts with De'Aaron. I mean, De'Aaron's been shooting atrocious, from the 3-point line, 0 for 11s, 1 for 12s. I think a lot of people have clamored for him not to, shoot so many threes and maybe take it in and kind of be where he's most potent at, which is mid-range game and going to the cup, nice floaters, kind of going to the slash into the cup. And so 1 for 2, I'll take it. But then when you look at the results, absolutely, you'll take it, right? 11 for 17.
Yeah, because
that's spot on.
You see him last night, and I think he was talking to at least one of the coaches about this before the game. You know, when De'Aaron is driving to the basket, it that's him at his best. It puts a lot more pressure on the defense than when he's standing outside and taking threes, even when he's making a decent percentage. Because when he drives with his speed, he breaks down the defense completely.
Yeah, absolutely. He's
one of those. That's what he does best.
Superpower.
Yeah,
it's a superpower, Whitey. It's like you said, speed, the being quick, fast, and everything else in between.
Yeah, and I don't blame him because I know we all said, well, after he really started taking off a couple years ago, I know I said it's like, well, the next step for him is just to shoot the three at a higher percentage. And he's been doing that, but maybe gotten away. I know last year we didn't see him get to the basket as much as he had the year before. But last night, that was like vintage De'Aaron Fox doing whatever he wanted to do. And in the process, the offense started flowing. And the Kings look like we think the Kings are supposed to play offensively.
Yeah, well, with De'Aaron, he came into the game shooting 29%. I believe it was from 3 points, 28.8 at the moment. But we forget about how bad he shoots. He's been shooting the ball when you go 11 for 17 and only 2 of those are beyond the arc. You know, when you shoot 15 times inside the arc and hitting 11 of those and producing the 29 and he had 10 assists, right? 29-10, if I'm not mistaken. And so
you are correct.
Yeah. With that being said, that's what people around here in Sacramento are used to when it comes to De'Aaron Fox. And I think that's what you're saying.
Yeah. Shooting they're number 1 now in 2-point field goal percentage. The Kings are number 1, according to Basketball Reference, number 1 again in free throw percentage. And how about this? They are up to 29. They were 30th last in the league. Now they're 29th in 3-point field goal percentage. Hallelujah.
Moving on up, baby.
Yes.
Moving on up, baby.
To the east side.
Well, a lot of people, and I continue to go back to this offseason. One thing I thought a lot of people mistake DeMar DeRozan because he was mentioned plenty of times on the Drive Guys. And I didn't see the overextension of people wanting DeMar DeRozan on the Kings. But I think if you start to question and survey Kings fans now, there's no going back, right?
Right.
Because he has turned this team into, as you just said, the leader in 2-point shot field goals.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing with one person, as I continue to keep on saying, a star in this league can do for a team. And I hope that De'Aaron follows in that footsteps. Man, one thing about it is, Whitey, you don't have to play behind the arc. I get everybody. That's the way people want to play in the NBA. But if everybody's going right, there's got to be somebody to go to the left, right? And vice versa. You go to the left or you go straight, you got to turn back around. And I think DeMar DeRozan has been one of those guys. He's never shortchanged on his own game. And I'm hoping De'Aaron follows suit.
I'm glad you brought up DeMar DeRozan because, the big story for him last night was, he got hurt. But I know some people have wondered, DeRozan didn't play a lot last night, and the Kings offense looked like the Kings offense of old. Is that somehow an indication that he's slowing them down?
Don't start that.
Well, don't worry. I'm going to end up in a good place.
Okay.
I've heard people wonder about that, and that's fair to wonder about. But consider this, that first quarter, the Kings scored 35. He played in the first quarter. He played in the first half, and he only took 2 shots, but he had 5 rebounds and 3 assists. So he was helping things go the way they went. He wasn't getting in the way of it. It's not like he was going, all right, you guys do what you do. I'm going to slow you down. No, he was a big part of it at both ends of the floor.
Yeah. Well, this the other part too, to even attach to that is De'Aaron stats as far as season wise looks good. He's at 24, 5 and 5 after yesterday, but there's been some games where he's completely whiffed. Like he has missed on certain points of the game. He has not shown and proved that he is an all-league guy at certain points in times. A few of these games.
Yeah, to your point, we know he's missed a handful of game tying or go ahead or game winning shots.
Absolutely.
That kills him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so not only him, but I bring De'Aaron up because he's doing, he had a great game last night, but Keegan too. There's been a couple whiffs with Keegan this past within these first handful of games. And so I don't think anyone can really detach or detour what DeMar has done. Like, DeMar's been beasting all season. I think if there's anyone on this team beside Domantas Sabonis, don't get me wrong there, but I think DeMar has been DeMar more than anybody else on this team. Compared to, again, there's been a couple off nights for De'Aaron. There's been a few off nights for Keegan. There's been a couple off nights for Kevin Huerter, and so I don't think DeMar's that guy when you point the finger when it comes to losses, albeit in some of the wins, he's pretty much single-handedly carried the team at some point.
You mentioned Kevin Huerter. He and Keegan last night, for both of them, was like, all right, you guys were zeros last game. What do you got tonight? And they both responded.
As they should.
Bigly, as some would say. I try not to say that, but both of them had really nice games. Kevin Huerter, he's got such a well-rounded game at times this year. It's like, wait, is that Kevin Huerter?
No, 25, 5, and 6. I mean, excuse me, 22, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
That's elite type company when you put it in the
a two guard.
Yeah,
baby.
you put those stats in the NBA calculator computer, and you look around and start to look at who averages 22, 5, and 6. You like, man, what are we doing here?
He keeps doing that. I can't even try to make Drapes mad by suggesting you might want to trade him. Can't even do that anymore.
I mean, you putting up 22 with 6 boards and 5 assists as a 2-guard starting. That's Klay Thompson-esque, at his best. That's we're talking about.
Okay, if you say.
Yeah, well, on paper.
Yeah.
On paper.
Yeah.
On paper.
You're right. I mean, it's a really not just solid effort, very good effort. And Keegan, 7 of 11. And, not just to sit here and look at the box score and go, this guy was good. But anytime Trey Lyles contributes like he did last night, that's tremendous for this team.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to. I'm one of those guys, you got to show it to me a couple more times.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. And I salute to him for having a decent game. I know he had 13 off the pine, and that's fantastic. That's what the Kings are going to need. I just need to see it a few more times because what I don't want to happen is this. I don't want to then play Minnesota Timberwolves, and then we're looking at you got 2 points, and you got a whatever plus or minus of 25.
Right.
And you haven't played well, and you're 0 for 6. And so shots out for having a positive game yesterday, and that's what we'll salute. But for Jay, I just need to see it a couple more times before I get to patting you on your spinal cord.
That's fair, Jay. And I understand all the people that say, the guys off the bench, they can't play well because they don't play enough. I guess. But right now, when they're shorthanded, especially if they don't have DeMar DeRozan tomorrow night, the guys coming off the bench, whether they know when they're coming in or not, whether they know how many minutes they're playing, they got to play well.
Yes.
They have to play well right now.
Yes.
Or this team has very little chance.
Well, that's what's so frustrating, though, about Trey is if there's anyone on this team beside Malik Monk, the way they're constructed, he's the guy who he knows he's playing decent amount of minutes.
Yes.
The rest of those guys, the J Max, the Doug McDermott's, the Isaac Jones, Alex Leans, whatever.
Yeah.
those guys are a coin flip every single day.
Keon and Trey Lyles.
And Keon. Yeah. But even we seen games Keon didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
So Trey has played in everything. He doesn't have any DNP CDs. So to me, that's not an excuse. Remember, goals and aspirations are at a higher level for certain Sacramento Kings fans. And with that being said, we also got to hold people accountable. All shots out to Trey Lyles for balling last night, but I don't need it to be a one-off for the Kings to continue to have success. We need this to be a nightly basis. This needs to be on a nightly basis to see these type of results. And guess what, Whitey? Even without DeMar DeRozan 4.5, when you have Trey Lyles and Kevin Huerter have 22 and 13 and 6 and 5 and they shoot what a combined 3. What did Kevin Huerter? They hit 5 of 11, which is almost 50% from 3-point line. This is the result you get. 127 to 104, a comfortable game minus the third quarter at one point in time.
Yeah.
And so that's the point I think Kings fans are asking and clamoring for is this. If we can get this repetitively, then this team is going to be very good.
Yes.
It's when you have him getting 2 points, when you have Kevin Huerter giving you zeros, that becomes a problem. And that's where the frustration lies for Kings fans.
Yeah, as you said, for a lot of fans, expectations are very high. After a game like last night, where should the expectations be? We're back with that. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system? and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost, or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hey, pet parents! With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog, because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
Shop Dell Technologies Black Friday event for their lowest prices of the year. The future is on sale today with limited time deals on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. Black Friday is their biggest sale of the year and the best time to upgrade, but it's only here for a limited time. Shop now at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
It's football season, and Uber Eats is dropping undefeated deals on all your game day favorites. This week, score buy one, get one free Crunchwrap Supremes from Taco Bell, only on Uber Eats. Craving even more? We've got you covered with game day deals on pizza, burgers, wings, and more all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
Order Taco Bell for game day now through November 17, 2024. Second item of equal or lesser value. Terms apply. See app for details.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Holidays at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Tom's Watch Bar, your ultimate sports watching destination for all Kings games, hosted live by Sactown Sports. With 360-degree viewing, surround sound, premium food and drink, and game day vibes that match being at the game, Tom's Watch Bar is the ultimate game day experience for all Sacramento Kings fans.
It's time for the Sactown Sports live events calendar, the hottest live events lineup just for you. Kicking things off for comedy fans, don't miss David Spade bringing his sharp wit to Hard Rock Live Sacramento on November 22nd, followed by the hilarious Russell Peters lighting up the stage the next night, November 23rd. Then get ready to feel those good vibrations with the legendary Beach Boys on November 24th at Hard Rock Live. And for classic rock lovers, the Black Crowes are rocking the same stage November 30th. All of these are brought to you by our friends at Live Nation. The original Jersey Boys, Midtown Men, are bringing their holiday show to Thunder Valley on December 8th. And kicking off the year in style, country stars Dylan Scott and Jackson Dean are hitting Thunder Valley on January 10th. And the one and only Bill Engvall will be there too, cracking up the crowd on January 11th. Don't miss these incredible events coming your way, and stay tuned for more info. To get details, head to Sactownsports.com.
Your afternoon home for Kings Talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Kings Talk today centers around the big win last night. Thank you, Jay, for throwing a little Steve Miller band. And also on the new mascot that we'll see tomorrow night, Roy Al. People are still commenting on Roy Al, who's kind of an updated version of the old Cincinnati Royals mascot. Chris the mom says Roy Al is not cool. There are a lot of Roy Al with cheese references, and I appreciate every one of them. You know, Pulp Fiction references. Thank you for all those. At least the mascot doesn't look like the Smoothie King baby, says Chris.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, someone from the 916 says, bring back Roop the Hoop. Anybody remember Roop the Hoop? Do you remember Roop the Hoop, Joe?
Nah, that's before my time.
Okay, this was about Roop the Hoop. The mere mention of his name makes me...
You know it?
Huh?
You know who Roop the Hoop is?
Oh, yes, I do.
Really?
I got a little story for you. Roop the Hoop was on. He'd come on at halftime of the telecasts, and I think this was around 05, 06, and he would talk to people in the concourse on TV, and he had like a hoop on his head or something, so he was Roop the Hoop. And I didn't think he was great. I don't know where he is now. I hope he's doing well, but I didn't think he added a lot to the telecast. He just kind of seemed to come out of nowhere, like, who's Roop the Hoop?
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
In 05, 06?
I think that's about when it was. So I was on the air one day on this very station, and I was probably said some things that were not complimentary of Roop the Hoop.
Probably, or you did?
Yeah. And a lot of people kind of felt that way, which is okay, you know. That
is what it is.
Yeah. So then I got a call from somebody at the station, somebody who knew the Maloofs. And the person that I talked to said, hey, you know, you kind of were hard on Roop the Hoop today. I was like, I just don't get it. I don't know what he adds. The person told me, yeah, well, he's like Joe and Gavin's close friend. And Joe kind of heard what you said, and they didn't really appreciate it. It's like, oh, sorry. So the person said, here's Joe's number. If you could just call him and tell him, you know, that you were just joking around, it'd go a long ways towards making sure everything's good.
So the person acting as Roop the Hoop was their personal friend.
Somebody they knew, which I guess is how the person got the gig. Like,
must be nice.
We'll have you on. It'll be great. So anyway, so I was like, okay. And given the nature of it and the person that told me, I thought I'd better call. So it came home early one day, and I call around lunchtime, right? Like 12:15 or something. I figure Joe will be at lunch. I'll leave a message. We're good. So I dial him up, and hello?
Man, those got chips. He ain't no lunch every day. I mean, every minute is lunch for when you got that type of money.
No, he answered. Hey, Joe, it's Whitey. You know, I said some things last night about Roop the Hoop. I guess he's a friend of yours. Yeah, we've known him Roop a long time. Yeah. And so I just had to say, just kidding around, just having some fun. And he seemed okay with it, might even have chuckled, but it was kind of a few nervous moments for me, Jay. You know?
Why?
Because
he didn't pay your salary.
It was Joe Maloof, the owner of the Kings. And I apparently was ridiculing his boyhood friend or something.
Well, so did Roop
didn't last long after that.
I bet he didn't.
So
right.
I don't think I was the only one who felt that way.
Now, did Joe pick up the phone and apologize to you?
No, he did not.
Right. That's my point. There it goes.
No, you're right. I'm just saying I really would have rather at that time not actually spoken to him about it. But it was fine.
So I'm trying to look it up. I can't find it.
He was on the telecast, which were, I think, NBC. It wasn't called that then.
No, was that 31? Was that channel 31?
I think
That's
it
the
was
time
the
05, 06?
Comcast
Okay.
Sportsnet, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, and obviously I'm not making it up because there's a couple
no
references
absolutely.
here. But yeah, that was kind of made me a little nervous, but he didn't quite work. Kind of a goofy segment like, hey, it's Roop the Hoop, and hey, what are you doing at the game? It's like,
Did he have the hoop like on his shoulders? And
he wore it on his head.
Oh, okay. Could you shoot the pop-a shot? Could you hit the free throw?
Maybe he did that. Hey, you want to take a shot?
Yeah.
It was kind of.
What was the gear? What was the garb he had?
Don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Kind of blocked some of that out.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I like that. Roop the Hoop.
Yeah.
If someone can send me a picture, 916-339-1140 text line or YouTube, Roop the Hoop. I can't find it.
Oh, here's one from the 916. Patrick, I remember when the Kings didn't have a mascot, so we borrowed the gorilla from Phoenix.
Ooh.
My brother, Phantom, I guess he's my brother. He never
Don't do that to my guy, Phantom.
Don't do that to him.
Don't do that to Phantom like that.
Anyway, he was an original season ticket holder, and he told me about that in the first building. One time the gorilla came in, and he was like the Kings mascot for a day.
Are we borrowing mascots?
Yeah.
Man, we come a long way.
Yes, we have. Have we?
We've borrowed a
Royale?
mascot.
Yes,
Yeah. Royale is it's a throwback, retro.
Yes,
we got Slamson. Slamson, one of the illest cats to move around the NBA right now.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
But
that's a tough thing for Royale. It's like, great, you half as good as this guy. Good luck. Tough act to follow.
I'm gonna have to send a couple text messages out via like how Kyle Draper said. Hold on. Let me text somebody. I'm gonna see if Slamson is gonna be in the same building as Royale. They sharing the spotlight. Is Slamson introducing him, or what are we doing here with Royale?
Now, you were talking about Kings fans' expectations.
Yes.
Where are yours? And I know we've talked about this before, but they change. They evolve or devolve. What are your expectations
as far as
this team this year? Because mine are very high, and that's why, like when they were 6-5, I wasn't doing somersaults. It's like, well, they better be at least 6-5.
Yeah, same thing. I think we're paddling in the same boat. Same kayak. My expectations are high, and that's why I said when you see what this team can be on a night where you get 13 from Trey, you get 22 from Kevin, and I know that's a little higher than what Kevin's probably going to give us on an average night, but DeMontis had 11, 10, and 9, which is nothing to sneeze at, but those aren't DeMontis Sabonis numbers when it comes to the point category. But it just goes to show
he took 4 shots last night, Jay.
Dude is
more turnovers than
economical.
Shot attempts.
He's economical at this point.
Yes.
And so this team, when they're clicking on the cylinders, it is exciting to see what they can possibly be when you have guys like Trey contributing, guys like J Mac, who had a great game yesterday, finally getting some tick, contributing, and at the same time, infusing your stars as well, and stars being stars with a second half of no DeMar DeRozan. And quite frankly, even in the first half, he played, but he wasn't potent. And so I think if you have all of these things clicking in one cylinder, man, the sky's at the limit to what the Kings could possibly be.
We always miss Drates when he's not here, and he's back tomorrow. It's fun to, get to talk to Jay more, but it is also nice.
Depends on who you ask.
It's nice that I can look at my box score without worrying about him, reaching over and grabbing it.
Yeah.
So.
And someone had, well, I know who someone is. It's Kyle. Kyle had a box score sitting on this desk when I walked in. I was like, "Oh, you're a box score guy, huh, Kyle?"
Ooh,
And he's like, "Oh yeah. I love the numbers."
Yeah. Well, just look. You mentioned Domas. That's like probably the weirdest stat line he's had since he's been here, because he took 4 shots last night. 3 of them were threes.
I know.
And I'm not criticizing. He had a nice game. It was just, wow, that's odd. 10 rebounds, 9 assists, and 7 turnovers. And 11 points, and it was a big part of the win. But he was nails from beyond the arc last night.
Yeah, money, man. Him and Coach Doug Christie have been working on that shot for 2 years now.
Yeah.
And last year we heard Coach Doug come on a couple times and talk about being confident in shooting that shot. And now we're seeing the confidence be showcased. It's like DeMontis is flamboasting almost with that 3-point shot at this point. And I like the fact that he doesn't force it. And there's opportunities where you still can see some growth. There's room for growth in that 3-point shot even more.
Yes. By the way, Leonard, thank you, Leonard, for watching. I think he's trying to correct me. He says that the Kings are 7-5. Well, I know they are, but they were 6-5. I was saying when they were 6-5. I know what they are.
We know type type of listeners. Brock was 1140, as you call them, the most intelligent.
Yes, I appreciate that. You can we do the Beach Boys now? Is that
sure?
all right?
Of course.
Okay, all right.
It's the middle of
you're
the
one
winter.
that has to deal with the talk about endless summer. It's going to be endless calls here. Don't miss your chance to check out America's band, the Beach Boys, at the Hard Rock Live, November 24th. Jay, what's your number one Beach Boys song?
I'll let you choose for me.
All right. Help me, Rhonda. We'll go with that. All you have to do is hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now. We're looking for caller number 6 to score that pair of tickets to check out the Beach Boys at the Hard Rock Live, November 24th, courtesy of Live Nation. For more information, visit SactownSports.com. Big win for the Kings and a chicken or the egg question next on Sactown Sports.
Easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of The Pen, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch, because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, The Pen is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, DePen is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for DePen Shield Guards RealFit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
The holidays are always a great time to get together with family and friends, but nothing beats the thrill of Stockton Honda's deals. During Happy Honda Days, find the perfect ride in person or online. With over 400 new Hondas ready to go, now is the time to buy at Northern California's #1 Honda deal, Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Number one based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Sale on report.
At the law offices of Dale R. Gomes, we understand that when you're facing a crisis, you need more than just a lawyer. You need a team. Our dedicated attorneys work together, combining decades of experience to guide you through personal injury or criminal defense matters with care and expertise. We're committed to supporting you every step of the way, ensuring your voice is heard and your rights are protected. With offices in Sacramento and El Dorado County, reach out to the law offices of Dale R. Gomes today, 916-999-9033, or online at dalegomslaw.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Hey, Aggie fans, head coach Tim Plow here. Join us in Shredville November 16th for our final home game of the season as we take on the Montana State Bobcats, 5 p.m. This is your chance to send off the seniors in style that have given all for the football team. Football in the fall is what it's all about. So bring your friends and family out to UC Davis Health Stadium and let's get the stands rocking for an important game. Get your tickets today at ucdavisaggies.com/tickets. Go Aggies.
Hey, what's up, Sacramento? It's Kyle Draper. Turn up the cleanliness at your restaurant, healthcare, or industrial business with Alsco Uniforms, the official sponsor of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew. We've got you covered with crisp uniforms, hygienically clean linens, floor mats, and, of course, mops delivered weekly. But that's not all. Alsco Uniforms also offers weekly services for first aid and restroom supplies. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Just go to alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's ALSCO.com.
Mita Chevy saves you $8,000 off MSRP on every new 2025 half-ton Silverado LT, RST, LTZ, and High Country in stock after rebates. All of them.
Black Friday savings now at MitaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
See dealer for details. Ends 12/1/24.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports, 1140. Live and local. It's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Kings look like the Kings are supposed to look with the big win over the Suns last night, 127-104. It's a drive, guys. Drapes has today off. He'll be back with us tomorrow from the arena. So it's Whitey and Jay today. And De'Aaron Fox had, in some ways, a dominant night with his 29 points on 17 shots. And he only took 2 threes and made one of them. The Kings' three-point shooting was very good last night, 15-28. Can you believe that? Finally, the ball started falling. So did the three-point shooting open things up for Fox, or was Fox getting into the paint so skillfully that he was breaking down the defense and setting up the three-point shots? I'd have to think it's a little bit of both, Jay, but it's interesting if De'Aaron Fox now dealing with that injured finger, maybe ligament damage, he suggests. Yeah. Don't rely so much on the three-point shot, and look how much damage you can do to the defense.
So which one's the chicken?
The chicken is the three-point shot opened up things for Fox.
Can I'm be greedy here. I want both. Yeah, I'll take the egg. You know, I'm a breakfast type guy too.
How do you like your eggs?
Scrambled hard.
There you go.
Yeah, scrambled hard.
Yes,
A little
sir.
cheese in that joint. You
Yes.
know, I'm with that.
That's the only way.
Absolutely. And if you want to, stretch it and make it fluffy, throw a little milk in there too. You that type of guy?
I've never gone that far.
Really?
It doesn't offend me.
No, attaboy.
Yeah. By the way, you're talking about eggs. I'm thinking of Humpty Dumpty. Royale is he's a Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, Royale taking all kind of shots today. He do look like a deranged Syracuse logo mascot. Yeah, it's for me. I think it's both. I think De'Aaron, attacking the paint opens up the 3-point shot, and I also believe, as we see throughout the NBA, when you deadly from behind the arc, there's a lot of room to maneuver inside the paint. And I think that's where you have guys like DeMar DeRozan and De'Aaron Fox be able to take advantage of what they do so great. And so, the old age question is, give me both.
I think whether the Kings are a good 3-point shooting team or not depends on 3 guys, and maybe not who you'd think.
Okay.
We know De'Aaron, sometimes he's going to make it. For the most part, he's going to be a good 3-point shooter. He's prone to a little bit of streakiness, but he's improved dramatically. But to me, it comes down on a night-to-night, game-to-game basis to Keegan and Herter and Trey Lyles. When those guys are making threes, man, look out. When they're not, the team's going to struggle.
Yeah,
3-point shooting.
I think you're spot on. I think those 3 are the assailants that the Kings need.
Yeah, they're kind of the barometer for
they
them.
are. Yeah, that's a great point, man. I truly believe one of those 3, even if one of those 3 is having a fantastic game, it even stretches the defense, towards their way a little more. I'm with you on that.
Amadrox says half and half with a splash of vanilla in a scrambled egg. Game changer.
Splash of vanilla and half
and half.
Well, you a coffee guy?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't drink coffee at all.
I didn't until I was like 55.
Is that right? All the morning shows?
Pepsi.
Really?
Until finally I gave in, and that's like, what have I been doing all these years?
So it touches the palate properly now? Okay. All right. Yeah. I asked that because that's what half and half more or less is for, right?
Yes.
For coffee.
Yes.
Okay.
As far as I know.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure great chefs and bakers use half and half for something else, but I'm neither.
I don't know, but I'm going to say that's a Vallejo thing. I think that started in Vallejo.
Cresside?
Yeah.
I got you. No problem with that. I mean, it's a few things that started in Cresside.
Yes. Yes, there are. Yes. All right. So hopefully the Kings can keep it going, but they may be without, pardon me, DeMar DeRozan.
No.
I'm not playing. I'm not on the team. I'm not even on the payroll.
Yeah, I got you. Coach Mike Brown today in practice, and when we might play it, he just said, day-to-day situation, tightness. And I think that's what they're going with. And, one thing about the back, you never know with the back, if it could be feeling fantastic today and come tonight, you do something and the back is like, yeah, you better sit down. And so you did some great research. Nothing has really ever been a chronic problem for DeMar DeRozan. Unfortunately, something tightened up in his back, a little stiffness from what I was told. Made a few couple texts, and seems like it's just one of those things that could be hour to hour almost.
Yeah, I used to have a next door neighbor who was a contractor, Gary Lunger, and he would
Shouts out, Gary.
he would do all kinds of work, and like if we needed help when he would help out. but he would say, I'd never touch plumbing or electrical. I said, for that, you get a plumber or you get an electrician because they're so volatile. To me, back injuries, it's like the electrical system of the human body. You know, when you got discs and things and you got nerve involvement, and it's like, you know, somebody breaks a finger, as you know, sometimes.
Why you gotta be doing that to me?
Well, because it's a good example, and you're going through
That's
it.
cold blood.
We want to take advantage of the opportunity to wish you continued speedy recovery.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Now, I know with yours, it
way to
did
clean
take
that up.
Yeah. How about that? Hope you're doing okay, buddy. You know, they get in there, they look at it for the most part. I know with yours, it took them a while, but you know, all right, this is what we do. Sometimes with backs, it's like, well, this is what the MRI says, but how do you feel? You know?
Yeah, I think I told you the story off air, but the story goes with Manny Ramirez, former baseball player, should be a Hall of Famer.
Eric Burns told me that other players would gather to watch him take batting practice.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see it too. There are certain people when the sound, the crack of the bat, and I'm not talking to anything that you haven't heard, but you hear the ball come off the bat, it's a little different. You know, Ryan Howard was one of those guys I remember distinctly when I watched him hit a few times. But it was said to be in the Boston Red Sox organization, and Theo Epstein, I saw said this, is, you know, every 3-4 weeks, basically every month, Manny would all of a sudden, you know, the hamstring a little tight, back a little tight. And they joke with them because it's one of those things in reality you can't really measure.
Yeah.
It's to the person's feel, you know, how you feel. And so that's kind of one of the things with, like you said, with the back, you just don't know.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. But anytime DeMar misses games, I'm not saying, oh, it's bad, but you know that there's something wrong because he was drafted in 2009. He's missed 44 games. Man. So he doesn't miss games.
Nah, he doesn't.
Yeah.
That lets you know he's not taking the day off. He's not Manny Ramirez.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. And he's 35. So he's got to be smart. So I'm not, again, I'm not suggesting this must be really bad, but obviously it's not the Manny Ramirez hamstring injury.
Yeah, you know what, Whitey? You know, it's crazy. I was just having this conversation with my barber, and I think he's 30.
Shout out to your barber. What's his name?
Out Dave. Dave over at Skills over off of Florin, you know, doing their thing. He's 37. I'm like, yeah, I'm 40, you know, on that mode. And he's like, oh man. And I said, I used to laugh and hear people who had reached the age of 40 and like, man, 40's like the threshold. When you hit it, something goes awry. Like sometimes you just wake up and it's like, oh, my back, or you walk in and your knee just gives out for a quick minute. And I was like, man, that's nonsense. You know, whatever. It's the truth. It is the truth, though. And so I say that in the form of, I'm not saying I'm DeMar DeRozan. I'm not saying he's 40, but he's getting older. There's gonna be some things that he probably will have or maybe missing. I'm hoping it's not now for the Kings, but these things are probably going to happen a little more frequently as he gets older within these next 3 years for the Kings.
It would make sense.
Yes.
On the other end of the spectrum, at 20 years and 314 days, you had Wemby last night going for 50. How about that?
Shouts out to Wemby, man. Yeah, you know, do I say this? This is going to sound absolutely crazy. And I know folks are ready to hit the text line and YouTube and call and all that. Wemby has been a good, if not great player, but I think he's underperformed in a lot of ways, right? Just because it's not his fault. It's the social media, it's the NBA, it's, you know, attaching himself to him being fantastic in the next Hall of Famer. And I'm not saying he's not going to be there. But when you have nights like last night, those are the things that continue to further that discussion.
Yes.
And that's a good thing.
Yes.
That's a great thing, actually.
Yeah. We were just talking last week about how, well, Wemby's kind of been underperforming and he's taking too many threes and he's not making them. And then he went off against the Kings, but that was just a warm-up act for last night.
Yeah.
Fourth youngest player to score 50 in a game, and he's also the tallest to do so. Still takes a lot of threes, Jay.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us, you know, old timers or more traditional basketball fans are always going to go, he's 7'4", he should be under the basket. But when he scores 50, you really can't complain.
No,
they win.
no.
Although 50 against the Wizards, that's like 38 against a real team, isn't it?
True. Very true. I'm with you. And, you know, The Wizards are an NBA organization, even if you don't want to call them that.
I guess technically. Yeah.
Well, at least they have the position of being an NBA organization, not saying the players. I heard this on the morning show today, so I'm not going to steal it and throw it out there like I'm Kyle Ledbetter, like I know everything. And so he is one of 3 players who have scored 50 points and shot more shots from beyond the arc than 2-pointers almost.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it blew my mind. And bad job by Jay, because I don't remember the other 2 names. Oh man, I just had one. It was Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it was Cat.
Steph? Devin Booker?
No.
Oh, okay.
6'10" and above. So you have to be 6'10" and above. It was Cat, Wemby, and somebody else. Ah, man, I forgot who it is. I have to text Chris Verlaat. But I was like, oh, that's
Chris Verlaat was just standing here 5 seconds ago.
Hey, listen, man. Right now, Chris is
I know.
He do it all.
He's everywhere.
Yeah, he's Deion Sanders.
Yes. So with DeMar DeRozan hobbled at least short term, does that impact the Kings and what they may want to do in the acquisition market? We're back with that in a flash on Sactown Sports.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco. Bob Bolger went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans, made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sactown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Your afternoon home for Kings Talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Got Jay and Whitey today. Drapes should be back tomorrow. In the Chateau, Lawrence Dubois says Drapes is out because he didn't want scrutiny on the Eagles tonight. Depending on the outcome, we may not see him tomorrow either, huh? I can neither confirm or deny that, but you know what you're talking about, Lawrence. Lawrence also has this. Says, I heard there was video of Devin Carter shooting baskets at practice, but I can't seem to find it on the web. Lawrence, I know he was shooting yesterday before the game.
Yeah.
We saw that, and he looked good. And I know that Tristy Rodriguez, who was on with Alan Stiles today, she recorded some of that, and I believe she had it on her Twitter feed last night because I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw that, and she happened to be sitting at the same table. And I said, "Oh, you got that." So I think if you go on Tristy Rodriguez's feed on X, Lawrence, I think you will see that. And he looked pretty good yesterday, and so did Orlando Robinson.
Oh, Rob,
for that matter,
who's heading to the G League, get some rehab in.
Yeah, and I read somewhere, and it might have been Sean Cunningham.
It is Sean.
Yeah. Some people think he might just be going there for a practice because he hasn't practiced much.
No.
And in theory, he could be back with the Kings tomorrow. I don't know how likely that is. We hope to get more information on that likelihood when we talk to Jason Anderson. But I didn't see him a lot in Summer League, and just watching him yesterday doing workouts before the game, it's like, wow, if that guy can play, he could help because he's big and he's athletic.
Yeah, one of the things that people talked about with O-Rob is it's kind of the Trey Lance effect. There's not a lot of tape on him. Don't really know what you're getting from his talents. And the other part too is if you look at his statistics, it leaves you in question in the form of, can he shoot? So I think those are the few questions people are looking to get answered when it comes to O-Rob. And yeah, Sean Cunningham did report just exactly what you said. We kind of cobbled it together. Orlando Robinson has been assigned to G League Stockton. Could be for a practice. Stockton plays at home Friday night, same night as the Kings host, of course, the Timberwolves tomorrow as Anthony Edwards comes to town. So that'd be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what O-Rob can bring to the table.
Mm-hmm. I would think he's more likely to be brought up to the big club if DeMar DeRozan isn't playing. But, there are going to be shorthanded there. We've been talking a lot, obviously, about what the Kings may do. Free agents, what about a trade? That's always kind of fun. We talked yesterday about John Collins. I think, is that his name? The guy you like?
Nah. Zach, maybe? No, it's John. Yeah.
John Collins. And
29 points. Put some respect on his name now.
Okay. Robert Williams III.
All right.
But I think watching yesterday, I got the feeling that what the Kings would love to do more than anything is just get through this period while Malik is getting better, and then bring Orlando Robinson onto the roster once he's ready. And then in January, bring in Devin Carter. Then you can add two guys that could help you without having to spend anything. I think that's what they'd like to do. But obviously, if DeMar is going to be out for a while, which we hope he isn't, and they really start to feel that they're already kind of shorthanded, they may have to look at doing something. I know Sam Amick talked about that today on the Jason Ross show with others, Carmichael Dave, and I think you could see that on our website if you're interested in that interview.
Talked about.
I could talk to you about girth.
The Kings, coloring outside the lines already, getting ready to kind of look around for trade bait.
Yes.
Okay.
And I can't tell you too much because I actually haven't heard it yet myself.
Oh, okay.
But I know checking out the website that Sam addressed that. And I believe he was saying something along the lines of, they may have to do something sooner rather than later if this becomes an issue for them. And here's the other thing, Jay, you look at the schedule. I know we've talked about this. So you know that Malik Monk is out for 2 weeks, basically, at least. Then you got DeMar, and maybe tomorrow he says, you know what, I'm good. Maybe not. But if you're without DeMar, okay, you got a game tomorrow, you got a game Saturday, you got a game Monday, you're off until Friday, and then Friday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday this month.
Yeah.
So my point is, it's like, well, what did you say? But there's not a lot other than that one little gap there where you go Monday to Friday. You got a lot of games in just a few days.
Yeah, and also remember this. I won't say whispers. There has been some form of fashion of Mike Brown practice. He likes to utilize practice a lot. Like, he's one of those guys that likes to practice. He wants his team to practice. And so I guess it's kind of one of those things where there's not a lot of opportunity to kind of get someone into the swing of things. And that's why we might be seeing O-Rob or, like I said, Devin Carter, who had got some shots up last night, have to work around the schedule, what's going on with the Kings. We kind of pushing towards the narrative of, if these guys can't be assimilated quick to what the Kings are doing, do you start to look outside the organization and vice versa? I guess it's the chicken and the egg kind of conversation.
Then you have basically the same problem, unless it's somebody who's already familiar with what you're doing.
That's where I was going. It's like, it's kind of the same thing, right? Because you're bringing in someone who technically doesn't know the offense, unless you go get someone who's played under Mike Brown, But yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. I think they, like I said a few moments ago, I think they would love to be able to just have this dealt with and solved in-house. Because when we had Anthony Slater on yesterday, he pointed out, they do have some salary concerns. I'm not saying that, oh no, they're losing money or anything, but you got some big contracts coming due here. You got De'Aaron's contract, you got to make a decision on him, and he may be qualifying for the Supermax. And then you got Keegan Murray as well. So I don't think they're in a position where they want to spend a lot of money, understandably.
Yeah, that's true. Let me make sure I clarify this up. Shout out to the champ, Chris Villar, sending us in. Today marks the first time in NBA history 3 players 6'10" or taller scored 45 points. And that was Giannis
with 59.
Was the third. Yeah. Giannis, Cat, and of course Wemby last night. So shouts out to the champ clarifying that for me.
There we go.
Yeah.
Wemby scores 50.
It's nothing.
Giannis scored 59.
Go get it
against the real team.
Yeah. You know what, man? You're disrespecting the Washington Wizards.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
And for
just
good reason.
I disrespected Roop the Hoop all those years ago.
Yeah. Got a little nervous there at one point in time, didn't you?
I did a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Malcolm Brogdon, Pat Baldwin Jr., Marvin Bagley III. That's disrespect to them folks.
It is. You're right. I think Jordan Poole had like 42, though. I'm not one who often praises him, but I think he had a big scoring night. Who's getting a lot of praise in the Chateau and from Kings fans around the city today is Jordan McLaughlin. Jay, and I'm glad to see it, and he deserved it last night. We talked about him a lot. You looking for somebody to bring some energy, some of the things Malik brings. Nobody can bring everything Malik brings, but how about Jordan McLaughlin? And last night in only fewer than 15 minutes, he had 11 points, hit 4 or 6 shots. So that bodes well. Would like to see him continue to take advantage of a little bit larger role.
Yeah, for me, J-Mac,
our guy.
Friend of the show. Yeah, absolutely. Put that out there. I like what J-Mac brings to the team. Unfortunately, he's part of the numbers game when it comes to the Kings, which is the Keon, the Malik Monks, De'Aaron's, Devin Carter's. Like, he's in that realm. And there's another one or two that you could probably add in there, right? And so I like what he brings. I think the one thing he brings, and this is kind of, follow me here a little bit, kind of what I think the Kings, meaning the organization, I'm not speaking for them, I don't know this, I think they wanted to see that with Davion. J-Mac is kind of the stability. When De'Aaron walks out, Malik is still kind of the guy. He's going to turn the ball over a few times because he's flashy, he fly, he's entertaining. J-Mac is the calming part of that bench. When J-Mac comes in, it's crisp passes to the chest. It's no turnovers. Like, that's what the Kings are looking for. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what they felt they should have gotten from Davion a little more. And of course, this is the NBA. They're looking for timely shooting. And so with J-Mac putting up 11, I think that if you were to ask the Kings today, from top to bottom, they'd probably come out and say, that's what we're looking for, stability.
Yes, he is a stabilizer, and that speaks to all the different things Malik does, because Malik does come in and run the offense, and a point guard is going to stabilize you. He's going to organize you, but Malik obviously does so many other things. Mm-hmm. He provides that jolt offensively that Jordan McLaughlin probably isn't very well equipped to bring you, and that's nothing against him. He's just not that type of player. That again speaks to how many different things Malik gives you. Like, people point out, he's like the soul of the team.
Yeah.
Nobody else can replicate that.
Well, for me, I've been down there in the tunnel enough after games play. I always go back to after game 1 playoff against the Warriors. Man, for whatever reason, I jumped off my seat and walked towards the tunnel and like, I'm getting ready to beat the traffic or whatever. And Malik just came flying after the game, came down and, he talking and doing his thing. And I'm like, let's go, Malik. He's dapping me up and stuff. And you could see as other players were coming in, and I always go back to that point, is how he just, how people were reflected off of him.
Yeah, he kind of creates energy.
Yeah, he does, man. Yeah, he does. And so it's just kind of one of them things where, it's tough when he's not there. It's tough, as you said, to replicate what he brings to the table. Hence why he should have been the 6th man last year. Hence why he is a key piece to the team. But I think J-Mac has a role on this team. And just last night, for me, that's almost a perfect game from J-Mac. If you get that from J-Mac, plus the stability, and I want to say he had no turnovers. Let me check that. He did not have any turnovers. To me, that's what you're looking for. Because sometimes, albeit De'Aaron's trying to go get it, and he had 3 last night. There's been games he's had multiple, beyond 3. 3 times 2. He's had 6.
Almost had 7 last night.
I know that's
It's
okay. It's okay. It was, he did his thing.
Yeah. How many do you think Royale would have if he was your point guard?
About 30. Kind of Washington Wizard style.
That's not fair. I thought you were going to be nice to him.
Well, that's true. My bad.
Be nice to him.
Yeah, Royal might got handled. His head is a ball, so he might got handled.
So.
He might got fingertips.
The commissioner of the NBA has taken a shot at Shaquille O'Neal. We'll tell you what's going on there when we come back to Sactown Sports.
The year was 1948. The Sacramento Symphony was founded. Harry Truman was president. Jerry Mathers from Leave It to Beaver was born. And Walter Keyes opened his first Naturewood home furnishing store 76 years ago on 25th and Broadway. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with Golf to Go. All those many years ago, the Keyes family promised integrity and quality in serving families just like yours and mine. Near as I can tell, Walter would have been pretty proud to know that those same values are evident today at Naturewood Home Furnishings. The Naturewood team takes great pride and significant effort to offer Northern California families a vast selection of home furnishings. Furnishings that not only last for generations, but also lead to everlasting memories of cherished times. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings now during their Veterans Day Save the Tax sale and get started making your own brand of memories. The Keyes family would love to hear them. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Check, check, and check. That's the sound of me getting a jump start on my holiday list. But I can't take all the credit. Kohl's makes it too easy. I got my daughter a mini instant camera, my husband his favorite cologne, my sister Kookaburra by UGG slippers, and that's just the beginning. Then I got 20% off some of my other gifts. Yep, it doesn't get better than Kohl's. Select styles. Offer valid through November 23rd. Coupons do not apply to Tech, Sephora at Kohl's, and Kookaburra by UGG. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now during our Black Friday sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus special financing. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Kyle Draper for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. It's that time of year. You know what time of year it is. The Mercedes-Benz Vans year-end sales event is underway. Don't think twice, because it's the perfect opportunity to take your drive to the next level. They're perfect for any business needs. Mercedes-Benz Vans, they offer a wide range of commercial vehicles. Trust me on this. They got Sprinter vans. You could turn it into a worker cargo van, a worker passenger van, or how about just a plain old passenger van? I could do that also. They're fully customizable. And one of the things I love about their Sprinter vans, I'm a big guy. I can fit in them comfortably. So now is the time to head down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. They can help you with all your van needs. Ask about customer cash and even special financing options. And business owners, now is the time to take advantage of those year-end tax breaks. So take the short drive down I-5 or go online anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com, and tell them your boy Drape sent you.
Yeah, both those guys were big for us. Even Keon was big for us coming off the bench. He didn't score like the other two guys did, but he gave us some versatility on the defense end of the floor that helped out a lot in a lot of different ways. So our bench has to continue stepping up and doing what they're capable of doing, and it'll make our job or the starters' jobs a lot more easier.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
That was Mike Brown after practice today, singing the praises of Keon Ellis and basically the bench in general. I just have to say this before we get to the text line. We've been talking about the new mascot a lot today. Roy Al, he'll make his debut tomorrow. And Slamson is still there. Slamson's still the guy. It's not like they're replacing him as far as we know. We don't have any reason to believe that. But they've got the new throwback Royale tomorrow. And earlier, Jay said he looks like Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, and I can't get that out of my head. And I keep hearing, like Gaston, like Gaston. You know, I'm especially good at expectorating. So thanks for that, Jay. I can't get that out of my head now. And it's the eyebrows, isn't it? Kind of the
Yeah, it is. It's the eyebrows. You know what, man? And let me say this too. Let me apologize to Royale, because me and Royale have gotten off on the wrong foot already. We truly have. And
it's not like you to apologize.
I know. I haven't given him an opportunity.
You're a good guy, but you don't usually apologize.
I haven't given him a chance, you know? Yeah. And that's my fault. That's my fault. Because I'm pretty sure there's some people out there right now who are going to love Royale. And Royale might turn out to be the nicest mascot that ever could be. And that's saying a lot. But let me apologize to Royale, because I don't know him. He don't know me. You know, out of due respect, I'm going to apologize to him. I just ain't feeling his fit.
To see why no one's slick as Gaston, no one's quick as Gaston, no one's next as incredibly thick as Gaston, for there's no man in town half as manly. Perfect.
He's gonna be great. He's a throwback.
He's a throwback. He is a throwback.
Great, clever update of the old Cincinnati Royals mascot from 1950. Ish. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be a big night. The first in-season tournament game of the year. Emirates Cup now. You know, they don't call it the in-season tournament.
I know the IST is no longer Emirates Cup. Get it together before you get another phone call.
Yes.
Yeah. I want you to get another phone call to Emirates Cup. Did you, was it 2 nights ago, right? Was the first one?
Yes.
Yeah. So 2 nights ago, did you, we've been talking about on the show how the NBA ratings viewership has been tremendously down this past year. I mean, this year so far. It was a huge hit a couple nights ago. Did you see that?
I saw what you sent me, that Steph's first game on national TV this year. Whoosh.
Yeah, well, that's Steph.
Yeah.
But I saw
and all the Clay stuff.
According
to it's Steph.
Front Office Sports, 71% rise in viewership first night of the Emirates Cup.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Must have been the floors. Even my wife was like, "Oh, the floor kind of dope." She didn't care. She goes to the game for the entertainment.
The which one was it? The first game was in Philly, where they had the blue one. And again, I'm trying to like it. I understand. Well, hopefully, and I know you were going to work on this. I don't know if we could do this. Jason Jones was part of a panel in The Athletic where they rated all of the floors this year, and we're going to see if we might be able to get him back on with us tomorrow. He's got a lot going on, but the Kings floor, well, it didn't rank badly. I think it was a little above middle of the pack, but maybe we can talk to him about that tomorrow. I know the floor in Miami last year, a lot of people hated, and they really toned it down this year. So, yeah, the Kings court tomorrow, I think, is going to be pretty pedestrian compared to some of the crazy ones that we've seen. Pardon me. But you mentioned the ratings, Jay, and recently on the big podcast with Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal said TV ratings this season, and this was before the bump that you're talking about, he said TV ratings this season have declined, quote, because we're looking at the same thing. Everybody is running the same plays. And he says these guys messed it up. I don't mind Golden State back in the day shooting threes, but every team isn't a three-point shooter. So why does everybody have the same strategy? I think it makes the game boring. That was Shaquille O'Neal. So the commissioner had something to say about that, and he basically said, wow, with all the variation in Shaq's game, I'm surprised he would say that. So, yeah, quote, there was so much diversity in Shaq's game, I can't believe he said that. Taking a shot at Shaq.
I know, man. Well, Shaq takes shots at all kind of different cats. He just jumped on Joel Embiid, which we played. So
right, but the commissioner taking a shot at Shaq, I didn't expect that.
Fun. I like it. You know, one thing about it is I'm that type of person. If you can dish it, you better be able to take it, right? So I'm pretty sure Shaq ain't crying about it.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not. He said, I respect his opinion, did the commissioner. I think we pay a lot of attention to what we see in our game. Sometimes there's more appreciation for a 12-foot jump shot than a 30-foot jump shot. When Shaq played, it was the exact opposite, with critics complaining there's not enough variation in your game. It's all about dunking. So he's saying, no, it's just different. It's not boring. But he did point out that people say it's all about these highly skilled shooters. We've moved the three-point line back before a little to make it more difficult, the commissioner says. We could do that again. I'm not saying that's on the table. This is a good opportunity this season as we're about to enter into 3 11-year TV deals, blah, 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 talking about the game's great. We're making a lot of money. But he does admit that if everyone's running the same offense, it gets a little homogenous. That said, to me, the most boring period in a basketball game now is if you have two teams that shoot a lot of threes, and most teams do, and you got to miss at one end, rebound, you go down, and a miss at the other end. And sometimes when you have that, like 3 or 4 possessions in a row, it's pretty boring, Jay. But I love basketball, and those aren't common. But when you do get those stretches, it's a tough watch.
Yeah, it is. And as you said, there's purists or OGs like yourself when it comes to being able to watch a lot of basketball throughout your time.
A little bit younger than that old guy.
But it's one of those things.
Now, you apologize for going after Royale. You can apologize for going after me. I
didn't go after you. That was me. That was a caller, a listener, or something right there. That wasn't me.
Who just played it, though?
Ramsey.
Okay.
Come on.
We're good.
No, if you don't like this brand of basketball, I can understand. Totally get it, because you've been through the golden era. You've seen greats play, and we have greats in the game, and this is just something that's a little different. And so a lot of times people have they struggle sometimes being able to what's the word I'm looking for? Goodness gracious, I'm looking for the word. I can't think of the word.
I'm sorry. I would help you out.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I would help you out, but you were mean to me. No, I don't. I'm kidding. I'm not sure. I will tell you this. I know a lot of people that played the game and learned like post moves and stuff. They learned how to play back to the basket. Shaq?
Well, I mean, even that's why he's crying.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Because there is virtually no people don't post up anymore. Very rarely.
Yeah. Very true.
And that's fine. But I'm saying
DeMar does.
Yes, but if you learn the game that way, and if you grew up watching a basketball game that was all about get the best center and put them down on the block and you're going to win the games, the game has changed a lot. So it doesn't mean it's worse or boring, but it's just not what you grew up. And so I can see how people would miss that.
Yeah, one of the things
even Popovich himself said that about 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's tough when you get used to something, and habits are a very interesting thing, but it's hard to reinvent yourself and understand that things can be better in certain different aspects. But not saying the old ways aren't great, by all means. I just think there are a lot of purists right now, and Shaq's kind of one of those guys. He's kind of old cloth, new cloth type of guy, and he's definitely because he couldn't shoot. He wasn't a shooter. He's one of them guys that wants to see the essence of the basketball, inside out versus outside in. And so I could see guys like that having a problem. But I think Shaq gives guys, who plays right now their respect. It's not like he's just down talking to everybody. I think there are opportunities to see the gracefulness, to see the beauty in the game now. But I also understand, a guy like Shaq who's give me the rock, move out the way, watch me go dunk on somebody, watch the footwork, watch me kick it back out, where that lacks in this game right now.
It's kind of similar to what is going on in baseball, where you got guys today, everything's launch angle, and guys that played 30, 40 years ago, are like, let me get on base.
Who cares?
Yeah. So it's just different. But to me, as somebody who's watched the game since it was Peach Baskets, I see that, okay, the game that doesn't rely as much on post-ups, you've got more outside shooting. But the degree to which guys are able to make shots now, Jay, and we all know this, we all see this, but it borders on unbelievable from where we were in the 70s and 80s. The shots that guys can routinely take let alone make. But guys are shooting 30-footers that, way back when some of those, well, maybe like a 40-footer would have been a heave at the basket. Guys are shooting those now, and they're making them.
I know. It's amazing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. And for me, that's exciting in basketball. But I'm also from the cloth of, I do think it goes overboard, and it goes overboard in the form of, and I'll just use De'Aaron. When you go 0 for 11, and I know, this is not part of the offense, and to stop shooting, because plenty of the Sacramento Kings coaches have been on this very show is like, no, take it. If it's there, take it. I don't care. We want to get up 40 to 50 shots. But there does come down to a point where you're 0 for 7, you're 0 for 8. Man, stop taking it. Go to the cup. Get yourself in the rhythm. Get to the free throw line. See something, how many times do you hear analysts or play-by-play guys say, watch something go through the basket one time, get your confidence up. And so for whatever reason in basketball, a lot of that is just missed. Guys will shoot 15 times, not hit one. It's like, man, that's a joke.
Yeah, like the Rockets in the playoffs against the Warriors a few years ago.
Like 1 for 30? It was something crazy.
Kept letting them fly. Because the math said to keep shooting them. Yeah.
Now go to the cup.
Jason Anderson from the Bee is going to join us top of the hour with more Kings talk. More Kings talk when we come right back. Also, speaking of the commissioner, he may, after last night, want to change his answer to the who's the GOAT debate. We're back with that and more. Drive, guys, Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. A clearing sky on Friday. Temperatures will start in the low 40s in the morning, afternoon highs in the upper 50s to around 60 with a light north breeze. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
At Elk Grove Honda, our recipe for happy holidays is to think happy Honda days. There's no better time to visit Elk Grove Honda than during our year-end clearance sale in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
David Dusek writes in Golf Week that according to FootJoy, about 65% of golfers wear the wrong size golf gloves. A properly fit and maintained golf glove will help you stay connected to the club without extra tension, which can mean more speed. Snug is the name of the game. A perfect glove should fit like a second skin, wrapping tightly around your palm and fingers. If the glove is too loose, the extra material can bunch up and lead to a bad connection between your hands and the grip. The fingers of the glove should extend just to the tips of your fingers. If there's too much space at the end of your fingers, try a cadet version of the glove made for golfers who have shorter fingers and wider palms. The Velcro closure should only require a slight pull to secure. If you're stretching the strap significantly, the glove is too small. Natural leather offers superior feel and touch. Synthetic leather gloves tend to cost less and probably last longer. After your round, air out your glove to maintain softness and flexibility. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Hey, this is Greg Pop-Up. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. And now, during our Black Friday sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus special financing. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Check, check, and check. That's the sound of me getting a jump start on my holiday list. But I can't take all the credit. Kohl's makes it too easy. I got my daughter a mini instant camera, my husband his favorite cologne, my sister Kookaburra by UGG slippers, and that's just the beginning. Then I got 20% off some of my other gifts. Yep, it doesn't get better than Kohl's. Select styles. Offer valid to November 23rd. Coupons do not apply to Tech, Sephora at Kohl's, and Kookaburra by UGG. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Tom's Watch Bar, your ultimate sports watching destination for all Kings games, hosted live by Sactown Sports. With 360-degree viewing, surround sound, premium food and drink, and game day vibes that match being at the game, Tom's Watch Bar is the ultimate game day experience for all Sacramento Kings fans.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Jason Anderson from the B, top of the hour. It is the Drive Guys, and we've been talking a lot today about the Kings win last night, also the new mascot, Royale. Jay mentioned that he thinks Royale looks like Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. So here you go, Jay. This is from Ward. He has, no one sneers like Royale, no one cheers like Royale, no one drinks quite as many cold beers as Royale. So there you go.
That's pretty true. He looks like him.
I thought you were apologizing to him.
I did. I apologized to him. I mean, truth is truth, though. Real is real.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize to Royale. We got off on the wrong foot.
Can you imagine waking up and like he's standing there some morning? You're like, ah!
It's funny you said that because Ramsey's sitting behind me and he said it 2 or 3 times. He's like, Royale's going to scare some kids, man. And he might even scare a few adults.
He might.
Because you already know everybody's not on social network. Everybody doesn't follow the Kings beat, so to say, but they are Kings fans and they get to come to the arena or they choose to go to the arena and they're going to be like, what in the hell is that?
If that happens, all they have to do is move the eyebrows like to the side a little bit and it'll be like, he'll be more friendly.
Yeah, that right eyebrow. Yeah, that right eyebrow is giving
business.
Different expressions.
That brow means business.
Yeah, it does, man.
Yes.
And he's frail in the body. If you really look at Royale, you know, first of all, you're wearing the knockoff Chucks.
Yeah.
Sacramento, baby. Go ahead, or Cincinnati, excuse me, not Sacramento, because it's you know, a retro, a throwback. Yeah. Why nobody in Cincinnati didn't contact the Chuck Taylor company and get that, you know, get that approved?
Get those official?
Yeah.
I hadn't thought
got
of that.
them baby shoes on.
Yeah.
Them first walkers. That's not it, man. But again, I apologize to Royale.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. I'm so sorry.
Because guess what's going to happen is the Kings are going to win.
Yep.
And then we got to keep rocking with Royale.
That's it.
That's
once they win, everyone's gonna love him.
Better believe it.
Yeah. And if they don't win,
get rid of him.
He's gonna be it'll be his fault.
It's his fault. Yeah. Where is Slamson when you need him?
Right. I mentioned the commissioner kind of getting into it a little bit with Shaq. Commissioner Adam Silver also maybe getting under the skin a little bit of LeBron. Recently, the commissioner was asked, who is the GOAT? Who's the best player in NBA history? Is it LeBron or is it Michael Jordan? How do you think the commissioner would answer that? I would have thought he would have said LeBron because LeBron's playing now, right? And he's the commissioner now. He said Michael Jordan, and don't tell LeBron I said that. The commissioner of the NBA.
Yeah, you know, I saw that. And it was a fan who caught him.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the sound real quick here. But I believe it was a fan that, you know, amongst him walking through, and I don't want to say what it was because I couldn't really make out what it was, but let's just say he was walking through a building of some sort.
Like an airport or a
it looks like an airport
or
something, right? Yeah. And someone asked, and then he said Michael J. And he was like hands down too, right? Didn't he say hands down or something?
I don't know.
What was the finality, the last thing, the punctuation?
All I have here is Michael Jordan, and don't tell LeBron I said that. Maybe there's more, but that's the quote I have. So it doesn't sound like he hesitated at all. And that's just a little surprising. Now, last night, LeBron, and look, I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm going to miss him when he's not playing. And he's been talking now. He said today, I think he's told a reporter, I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to play, maybe a year. I don't know. So I will miss him, but there's no way around it. Last night, LeBron had his 40th career 30-point triple-double. He had his 4th triple-double of the season, his 3rd straight triple-double on LA's 3-0 homestand. They're 6-0 at home right now. So LeBron, who turns 40 early next month, he's having a great year, Jay.
Oh, yeah, he's balling. He's balling.
Maybe in his mind he thinks, yeah, it's probably it. I played with my son. Maybe it's his last year, so he's going to go out. I'm not going to manage my load. I'm going to leave it all out there this year. He's phenomenal.
Yeah, and then he finished up last night saying, he may only play 1 or 2 more years.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the greatest of all time conversation will continue. But, for my money, he is something that I don't know if we're ever going to see again.
I think
triple-double, putting up 39 last week, 37, putting the triple the statistics behind it, leading the team to a win when Anthony Davis, didn't have fell out a little bit again. I know Dalton Connect hurt my heart. Not here. Dalton Connect balled out for a stint in that game as well. LeBron is just a one of a kind, man. And even if you dislike him, you don't like his game. Of course, he's on the Lakers now, so that means a lot of Kings fans won't appreciate him or just have to hate him. I get it. There's Hatfield and the McCoy conversation, but dude is he's something that we will probably never see again.
Yeah, here's what he said after last night. I'm not going to play that much longer, to be completely honest. I don't know how many years that is, if it's 1 year, if it's 2 years, whatever the case may be. But I'm not. I said that the other night. I'm not playing until the wheels fall off. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be the guy who's disrespecting the game because I just want to be out there on the floor. No, that won't be me, end quote. I have to be honest, when I first read that, I thought of Vince Carter. Now that Vince Carter didn't disrespect the game.
No.
Vince Carter was a great player who just wanted to keep playing.
Sure. And
how is that disrespecting the game?
Well, that's GOAT talk, man.
Yeah, it is.
That's that conversation.
I can't be the greatest. I don't want to be out there.
Yeah, and I get it. And that's probably why he is the GOAT to some and, top 3 or top 5 to others. But, one thing he's done, and you have to respect what LeBron has done, is if he can play, he plays, right? Second part about it is he's carried this league, albeit certain instances and times where that he might not play for your favorite team or played against your favorite team. LeBron has carried the NBA, and he deserves that type of credit. And he's one of them guys. When you talk about Mount Rushmore, within that conversation, how you see it with generation or era you watch, he's in the conversation of being a GOAT. And you just have to give him love for that, man. You really do. You have to respect what LeBron has done in basketball, and to continuously keep doing it now, man, that's crazy.
Yeah. Even Michael Jordan he should have been drafted higher, but what was he, the third pick in the draft?
Yeah.
And became the greatest player. But there are certain guys, and this is not
to some. Adam Silver and you.
Well, to some. You're right. No, to me, I don't want to.
Don't go down there yet.
But to me, when all is said and done, it's going to be hard for anybody down the road who looks at all this to say that it's anybody but LeBron. Once you get to the point where no one remembers, I remember when Michael did this or that. And if you're just looking at history, I don't know how people can say it's anybody but LeBron. But my point is LeBron, Magic, Wilt Chamberlain, these are guys that when they came into the league, like, you're the greatest ever. Let's see what you got. And they did it. I'm not saying my Magic was the greatest ever, but the expectations were
the expectations were,
and they exceeded them.
Yes.
And for LeBron to do that when the expectations were enormous.
Right.
That to me is the most impressive thing.
From the beginning too. You know, from the very start.
School.
Yeah, from when we heard about him getting a Hummer to flip phone to to now. Like his son, the nepotism that people are attacking him with certain things. And that's why I said, if nothing else, he's gonna have some downfall. He's gonna have some drawback because people are gonna say, he didn't do the Kobe. Steph Curry may go this way. He didn't stick with one team. He chased out championships. He needed great players and other Hall of Famers to be a part of his squad for him to win. And that may be true. But the thing what you're saying is, Whitey, and correct me if I'm wrong, is statistically it's going to be hard to argue against.
Especially because at his age, he's doing stuff that
triple doubles at 40 almost.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And if he plays another couple of years, pads the stats, what else is going to, a lifetime to almost beat him.
Yeah. Kareem at 39 was like averaging double figures, on a really good, which was like,
Sure.
wow. Well, LeBron is one of the best players in the league right now at age 39.
Yeah. Is LeBron still top 10?
Well, just the way he's playing right now,
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's a candidate to be first team all league.
Dang.
Maybe he's certainly second team all league. So right
Yeah.
now, that's an
Dang.
incredible thing.
So he's
We'll see
a
if
top
he can-
15 guy for sure if we're talking all league.
Yeah. We'll see if he can keep it up.
Just don't do it against the Kings.
Please. Jason Anderson covers the Kings, of course, for the Sacramento Bee. He'll join us to tell us how the Kings might be able to get through this period without Malik, maybe without DeMar for a while. It's next, Sactown Sports.
Who is your GOAT? Who is your player, best player of all time? Michael Jordan. Yep. And don't tell LeBron I said that.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Even if you've tried before and were unsuccessful in getting rid of your timeshare, call today and see if we can help. We offer a complete 100% unconditional client satisfaction guarantee. Make this completely free call and learn how we can help you legally put an end to your timeshare nightmare once and for all. You have nothing to lose, so call right now to qualify and receive a free consultation.
Call 800-838-8614. 800-838-8614. That's 800-838-8614.
Paid for by Airtime Media.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all day freshness.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs. You sound very calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
If fashion is your thing, eBay is it. eBay's where I find all my favorites, from handbags to iconic streetwear, all authenticated. For real. This time, a little Supreme, some Gucci. I even have that vintage Prada on my watch list. That's why eBay's my go-to for all my go-tos. Yeah, eBay. The place for new, pre-loved, vintage, and rare fashion. eBay. Things people love.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right. Sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
At Elk Grove Honda, our recipe for happy holidays is to think Happy Honda Days. Let's explain. Happy is a good thing. We all like happy. Honda stands for quality, reliability, comfort, design, peace of mind, value at resale, and a lot more feel-good words. Days is how long you have left to take advantage of Elk Grove Honda's year-end clearance underway right now. Elk Grove Honda is located in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard, or visit us at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is your unsurpassed spot to find the hottest golf gear, best pricing, and elite expertise. Every club on the shelves can be tried for free on the driving range. 3 TrackMan units and a Hagen Oaks team of skilled fitting professionals provide the finest club fitting experience. Our personable Super Shop staff will show you the newest to help you look and play your best. You love golf. The Hagen Oaks team loves golf too. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80. Learn more at hagenoaks.com or 916-481-GOLF.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sactown Sports, 1140. Station in Sacramento, giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Huge, dominant, in a few ways, a throwback win for the Kings last night, 127-104 over the Phoenix Suns. How'd they do it? Let's find out. Our next guest, I was just enjoying grilled cheese sandwiches last night with our next guest in the Kings media dining room.
Don't forget the ham.
Yeah, that's right.
Didn't have ham in it?
Well, you had your choice.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Salad as well. I think that's where I saw him in the salad line. Outstanding beat reporter, Kings beat reporter for the Bee, Jason Anderson. How are you today, Jason?
I'm doing okay, Whitey. How about you?
Good. How was your sandwich last night?
I passed on the grilled cheese sandwich. I doubled up on the salad last night. So
all right.
I can't speak to the grilled cheese.
Oh, I had yours. It was very good, very good.
Good.
First of all, Jason, I know it was a great win last night. Not to bring the room down, but what do we think we know about DeMar DeRozan's injury and his availability going forward?
Well, we don't know much at this point. It's just been described as lower back tightness. He left the game at halftime, didn't return, and is expected to be listed as doubtful for tomorrow's game, which, with a back-to-back coming up Friday and Saturday, that raises the possibility that he could miss a couple of games if it doesn't start to feel better soon.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask you to speculate a little bit here, and if you don't want to do that, I understand, but you're already without Malik. Now, DeMar could be gone for a while, maybe not, but do you think it's any more likely that the Kings bring somebody else in one way or the other?
Bring somebody else in terms of
sign somebody, or it's awfully it'd be tough to swing a deal in a short turnaround like this. Or, I mean, they're going to bring somebody up for the G League, or hope Orlando Robinson's ready to go. What would be your best guess?
Yeah, I don't know that I think they probably just go with what they have for right now. I mean, it's a pretty quick turnaround to try to bring somebody in just overnight and throw them out there Friday and Saturday. but it's certainly going to be a test of their depth, which hasn't been real good, frankly, up to this point for a variety of reasons. With some of the guys either dealing with injuries now or coming off of injuries that might have slowed them down over the summer and in training camp. So, I think they just are. Their mantra right now is next man up, and everybody's got to, kind of do what they can to help the team get through this stretch. And I think that's probably what they're going to have to do.
Joined by Jason Anderson of the Sac BJ. I want to take you back a little bit in the stretch of the Toronto, Miami, Atlanta stretch. And because you're one of the few guys that travels with the team, next to this team, could you give me an insight on, I could only imagine how tired you might have been. And maybe I'm putting words or, putting your focus that maybe you're not, you're an Iron Man, but did you see any tiredness or any fatigue from the Kings within that stretch?
I don't know what you did, Jay.
I might have
there you are.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are now. I lost
like
you
that
for
question,
a minute.
huh? Yeah.
I don't know what you heard from me, but you guys went silent there for a minute.
We didn't hear anything. Did you hear the question?
I think I lost you again, Whitey.
Yeah. All right. What
there
do you
you
think,
are. I can hear you now.
Okay. It's possible that, it sounds like he can hear me, Jay, but he's not able to hear you. Is that the possibility? Maybe that's, yeah. Okay. Sorry about that, Jason. Yeah, I think, we have Jay in the other room, and I think he asked you a question, and it sounds like for some reason it's not feeding to your phone. So we'll take care of that. What was working for the offense besides the obvious fact that the threes were falling?
Well, I think the answer to that is I think you got to look at why the threes were falling potentially, because that really did make that offense look a lot better. And really they've been pretty good offensively, really up to this point, with the exception of the 3-point shooting. But they've done that, with the mid-range stuff and certainly with the free throws, ranking number 1 in the league in free throw shooting. But that 3-point shooting was really tough, and they were last in the NBA going into last night's game. And and they turned that around last night. It was interesting, and just kind of taking a deep dive into the 3-point struggles, in my story on the game last night that everyone can go read at sacb.com. I noted that Fox, Herter, Murray, Lyles, Monk, Ellis, McLaughlin, and McDermott, that's 8 guys, were all shooting career lows in 3-point percentage. The only 2 really in any kind of the rotation that were not at career lows were DeMar DeRozan and Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because those are the 2 guys, when they acquired DeRozan, the question was, is this team going to be able to spread the floor and shoot threes well enough, because those are not volume, high percentage 3-point shooters. And they're doing it on low volume, like 2.2 and 2.3 attempts, but their shooting has been fine. For some reason, everyone else has had a hard time. And then last night, I think what we saw, and De'Aaron Fox talked about this after, that he had a conversation. De'Aaron had a conversation with Luke Laux and was encouraged to really get into the paint and drive, kick, and get those spray threes that Mike Brown likes to talk about. And De'Aaron did that. He did a fantastic job. He had 10 assists. 5 of those led to 3-point shots, 3-point goals. And that really, I think, helped to set up some really good catch and shoot shots rather than stuff that was off the dribble or coming off of screens or whatnot. So that is why I think we started to see the 3-point shooting look better last night.
Hey, Jason, you got me now?
I do.
Hey, there we go. All right. Technically. Yeah. J.A., joined by Jason Anderson, Sac B. Jason, what was your thoughts on J-Mac last night? Friend of the show here, of course. And one of the things I thought he brings to this team, and I thought yesterday was one of the first times we've seen it, was stability. What was your take on Jordan Mack last night?
Yeah, he looked good. He shot the ball well, 4-6 from the field. He hit a 3, knocked down his free throws. He's definitely a guy that can help, especially with DeMar and Malik out right now, because he's another guy who can handle the ball and kind of initiate the offense. And when you lose guys like Malik and DeMar, you really need some secondary playmakers and then some guys who can go out and do that stuff. Mike likes the pace he plays with. He kind of went to McLaughlin in a game against the Lakers recently because the Kings like to run the Lakers and try to push the tempo when they play the Lakers. And McLaughlin, kind of got the nod there in that game for that reason. And so, I think McLaughlin certainly can help here in the short term, along with guys like Keon. I think they're going to need as much as they can get from those guys over the next couple games.
Yeah, Jason Anderson from the B with us. And, you should be reading his story, sacb.com. I was just complimenting Jason last night on the story he wrote about how Mike Brown planned to get through this stretch without Malik. But as you said, Jason, it's one of the strangest things about the three-point shooting. The guys who've been making threes are the guys that aren't supposed to make threes. On the other hand, you have a guy, and I know last night the threes were falling, but Doug McDermott is still struggling. Doug McDermott's supposed to be automatic from three. With Malik out, how nice would it be for Mike Brown to see Doug McDermott start knocking down a few long-range shots?
It would be great. That's why they brought him here. They wanted to add some shooting. And Doug is a career for almost 41% three-point shooter over 11 seasons in the NBA. And going into last night, he was at 27.8, and that dropped a little more because if I'm not mistaken, he went over 3. So, it's a little bit of a mystery there. I talked to Doug before the game last night, and, he kind of alluded to the idea of, and this wasn't specifically, I was asking about the team-wide struggles, and he said, you kind of get used to playing with certain guys. I think the implication, or at least what I took away from that is he's one of the guys who's getting used to, playing with new guys and getting set up in different ways. And really they're all doing that with DeMar on the floor because DeMar changes so many things. And, they've kind of tweaked the offense a little bit. And so those shots they feel like they're getting mostly the same kind of shots they got over the past 2 seasons. But I think just the actions and some of the stuff schematically is a little bit different. And then you've got guys like Doug who are brand new to the system and the team and most of the guys around him. And so that hasn't come around yet, but it really would be helpful if he could start knocking those down too.
Jay, you're one of the few guys who travels with the squad. Any take on old Rob? There's some questions, of course, coming to the Sacramento Kings. He's kind of been a question mark throughout the league. Not a lot of tape on him.
Working out yesterday before the game.
Getting his in. Have you been able to have an opportunity to kind of get a grasp on what old Rob might bring to the Kings?
I haven't seen much of anything. I've been asking for a while. I think the update on him came a little late. I was, from the initial timeline, I think we were supposed to hear something, a week or so ago. And so I started to ask questions, about, just how he was doing and when we might hear something. They did put out an update recently saying he'd been cleared for contact and that there would be another update in the next few days. So really, I think I think it's any day now that he could be available. I'm intrigued like, I think the Kings are and like everybody is in terms of the body and the way he plays, the size, the length that he can add. And then, we'll just see what it looks like if and when he gets a chance to get out there and try to help out.
What's your dog's name?
That's Teddy.
Teddy. Nice. We'll let you go. But before we do, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, any thoughts on the new mascot, Roy Al? Because fans have had a lot to say about Roy Al today, Jason.
Yeah, I'm not going to pile on Roy Al. I'm going to give him a chance. I like the design of the jerseys and the colors and the script and all of that. And I'm curious to see how they look Friday night and what the court looks like. I guess we know what the court looks like. But it's always interesting with the NBA Cup stuff. It creates a little bit different atmosphere. And people usually love the City Edition uniforms. So it should be a good time.
Thank you, Jason. We appreciate it. See you tomorrow night.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Jason Anderson from the B. You see that, Jay? I'm not going to pile on Royale. That's classy.
Dude, I've already apologized 3 times. What else you want me to do about this cat?
Every time you apologize, you go back in.
Man, I just said, okay, look, shouts out to Royale. We'll meet on Friday and we'll be able to access each other.
Yeah.
Shots out.
Okay.
My apologies yet again.
Well, but I understand, this is something that matters to all of us. So we have strong opinions and reactions to anything that represents our team, right? So I understand not all of the reactions are going to necessarily be positive right away. Carmichael Dave on
I haven't heard you repent about Royale today. You good with it?
I think it's a little scary. That's all. It's just a little bit like, and my whole thing is, if you get Jerry Lucas out here, I love everything.
That's right. That's right.
Cincinnati
That's
Royals.
right. I got you.
On X, Carmichael Dave says, someone said, and he has a picture of Royale's face. Someone says, this is what it looks like to fish when we stare at them in the aquarium. So that's kind of,
Did he say that or did he retweet
he said
that?
Someone said that.
Oh, it's one of them. I heard.
Yeah.
Man, stand on the CD.
I don't know if someone said that in his house or if he just ripped off somebody's tweet. I don't know about that. So tomorrow will be a big night. We'll be coming to you from the arena. Tomorrow, Drape should be back with us tomorrow. And we got a pretty big football game coming up, Jay.
We do. Philadelphia Eagles, Drape's Eagles. I'm pretty sure if Drape's didn't have a Kings event tonight, he'd be locked and loaded for the Eagles and Washington Commanders.
Mm-hmm. The 49ers will be keeping at least half an eye on this with, NFC playoff seedings fluctuating depending on what goes down tonight. How close in your mind are the 49ers to being back, or at least close to being back, Jay? I think they're going to win this week.
Tough
I think
question.
They're going to be mostly back. Right now, I think they're on the path to being back. I think they're going to be mostly back after they win this week, but I don't think they'll be back yet, but headed in the right direction.
Let me ask you, what is your definition of back?
Just to the point where we all go, oh, yeah, this is a team that could.
Meaning look like it? Kind of like, okay, we looked at the Kings last night. Like,
they've got things
what they could be
figured out,
okay.
And they're back to the team, close to the team that they were a year ago.
Yeah, I think they're a little distance. If we're putting it in percentages, I'd say they're probably about 65, 70% there. I think they still need a 30%. Yeah. I just, I don't know what a few positions are still to this day. We know what Drake Greenlaw is. No matter if you like him, dislike him, whatever, he's floating them 53 yards, left to right, horizontal. He's one of the best that you possibly can have. We know he brings toughness and he brings an edge. I just don't see that with Devondre Campbell right now. And then the other part too is Fred Taylor has to do it all. And Fred Warner. Fred Taylor shuts out. Fred Warner has to kind of do it all. And I think it's taking a little toll on some of his play right now in certain instances where, Dre is the guy who will fill a hole. He is the guy who will make a tackle. He is the guy who is rah-rah. And so I think that's it. Shavarius Ward with just, unheartening, circumstances. Doesn't look like he's going to play again this week. And honestly, who can blame him? Mm-hmm. If he doesn't play for the rest of the year, who could blame him?
Right.
Right. So you're going to have a rookie in Ronaldo Green probably hold up on that side. Remember, John Lynch told us Huff is going to play again. Remember he said that? We don't know. You just signed Tay Gibson again. So I don't know. And then I sent you and Drape something today. What's bad? You've had 3 kickers and now we got to get a replacement punter?
Yeah.
A punter.
I didn't think about this.
Come on.
The most difficult thing, one of the most difficult things about replacing your punter is he's a holder.
Field goal holder.
So, you never think about it, but it's not easy.
Placeholder.
Yeah. I think the 49ers right now, the best thing about this year so far is that I saw this today in The Athletic, just position by position, the age of the players. They've done a really good job. They've got a lot of young guys that are coming into their own or who are holding down key spots. So that's great going forward. And I thought it was great. I thought about it after talking to Rod Brooks yesterday. They weren't able to run the ball against Tampa Bay, and that's 49er football. But Brock Purdy did what a lot of people said he couldn't do. And he threw them to a victory that probably should have been easier, but they won. The thing is, though, we keep saying every week, the special teams have to get better, and they don't. And it's gone on, into last
years.
Season. Mm-hmm. Yes. And it's just hard to take a team that already has some issues injury-wise, seriously as a Super Bowl contender when A, you've got the Lions in your own conference, and then B, special teams is just terrible.
It's atrocious. And again, here we go. We got another punter coming to the table, Wisnowski being hurt. The other thing too for me, Whitey, is, and you talked about Brock Purdy throwing, winning a game on his arm. It's going to be interesting to see what CMC formulates into right now. What is he going to morph into? Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. And that's why I said 65, 70%, because you really don't know what you're getting from him. And then at the same time, Juwan Jennings is going to be the X, but we also have question marks when it comes to Tricky Ricky P. That third guy, Cowing, doesn't seem like he just get on the field at any point in time in some type of habitual
Juwan Jennings
pattern.
Now I think is going to be the X receiver, the feature receiver.
Yeah, he's the Brandon Ayuk, so to say. Mm-hmm. Debo talked about it on his own podcast this past week. He had a bad game, a terrible game. Rob Brooks talked about he's tired of seeing Debo play running back.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions to say how close this team really is. Mm-hmm. And we're pushing up on the back half of the season now.
Yeah.
So I think you give them the benefit of the doubt. You understand they have some real high-level playmakers. You also understand there's some high-level playmakers that are coming back and returning. And then you also got to look yourself in the mirror and understand, like you said, special teams is atrocious.
It just,
it's bad.
Almost unbelievably bad for an extended period.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's atrocious.
Costing you game.
It is.
Cost you game
last week. You're 100% right. And, when you really start to look at certain positions, I think, and this is the tough part with the 49ers, transition is definitely happening. And you talked about the young players. Come next year, you'll probably have everyone is probably going to be like 25 and under. When it comes to the back half, minus maybe Debo. And so it's one of those things where, you're starting to have more questions than answers in certain instances. And I think we're seeing some of those those questions be answered when CMC comes back, Greenlaw may be coming back, Moody's back. And a lot of people don't want to hear that, but there are a lot of different questions that still need to be answered.
Mm-hmm. Let's face it. The 49ers used to just run teams off the field. And right now they're winning more than they're losing, but nobody seems like intimidated by them. They've lost that like Tiger Woods used to just intimidate everyone he played. And the 49ers did that to a degree. Teams aren't scared of the 49ers right now.
Well, you're getting the best. Trent Williams has said it 4 times after a game this season. We're going to get everybody's best.
Mm-hmm. So who do you like tonight? I like Philadelphia. I think they're given 3.5.
Yeah, give me the Philly. I'm taking the home Thursdays. Normally, I go by the rule like Lawler's Law. Ralph Lawler, great play-by-play of the LA Clippers. First one to 100 wins is Lawler's Law. Thursday nights, I take home team all time. It's a pattern.
Hate to do it with the Eagles, but
yeah, you do. And sometimes you just got to get over your own hate compared to what's real in reality.
You remember that when it comes to Royale. All right? You remember that.
Man, shouts out to Royale. You know what's going to happen between me and Royale? We're going to be great friends.
I think so.
We're going to be great associates.
Yeah, we'll be out there tomorrow with Royale, Golden One Center.
You got to take a picture of Royale. Because I'm not going to the game tomorrow. I have another, endeavor or event I have to go to. So I'm leaning on you and you only to get close to Royale and express, hey, listen, my guy Jay, he got love for you.
You got it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We got Thursday Night Football coming up for you. Back with you tomorrow. Drive, guys. Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. A clearing sky on Friday. Temperatures will start in the low 40s in the morning